Okay. Give it to the count of 5 and then go ahead.
MTI, your sports leader in South Central Utah, now presents Snow College Badger Sports on the radio. This sports broadcast is brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. And now let's get started with live sports play-by-play action on KMTI Radio.
Good afternoon, everyone, for a rare afternoon football game here at Badger Stadium. Gary Chedester along with Greg Sterner and the Stats Master Brad James bring you a top 5 matchup between the number 1 Snow College Badgers and the number 4 Iowa Western Reavers. And Greg, this date, this game has been circled on the calendar ever since the beginning of the season.
Absolutely. We were kind of excited for that Georgia military game as well that you did last week, Gary. But this one, this is the one, the top 5 matchup between junior college powerhouses here in Ephraim. We're excited for this one. I'm ready to go.
Boy, Iowa Western, you couldn't get them any more motivated for this game coming up here because they only lost 1 game all of last year. It was a 1-point game to Snow College at Iowa Western. So I'm sure they've had this circled ever since last year to be ready to play this game.
Absolutely, yeah. 31-30 was the final score. If I remember right, Snow College had earlier in the game, not right at the end, they had an extra point that they were trying that they actually went for 2. I think they fumbled the snap or something and went for 2, which ended up being the difference in that game. And Iowa Western probably feels like they would have made it to that national championship game against Hutchinson where Snow was if they would have won that game. So a good little rivalry growing here between these two schools, and we're excited.
Very similar programs. They run a very good program. Iowa Western also has one more reason to be ticked coming into this game. Yeah. They were ranked number 3 in the nation. They win the game and then drop to number 4. That just shows you the problem with the polls, I think.
Yeah. They took on ASA Miami last week, defeated them handily, 51-6. Iowa Western did, and then you drop from number 3 to number 4. So, it's all subjective, and they may use that as a little bit of bulletin board material. But you come out and beat the number 1 team, Snow, and it doesn't really matter where they ranked you last week because you'll move up. But
right.
I'm sure that's what's on their mind.
Well, the Badgers have a lot of things on their mind this week. Of course, probably everybody's heard about the death of one of the Badger players, Mane Mafatini, who was in a car accident on Sunday night, just hours after the team returned from Georgia military. And so that has been a huge, I don't know how it's been something that the players have had to deal with this week, as well as trying to get ready to play the number 4 team in the nation. They have had to deal with the loss of a very close friend. We will have some honorings, I guess, is what I want to say, just before the kickoff coming up today. We will have that for you as well, so there will be a moment of silence. We're going to do that with radio and with the TV. So no need to think that we're having technical difficulties. That will be coming up just before kickoff. We're going to take this opportunity for a timeout, and when we come back, we'll have the pregame interview with head coach Zach Erickson. We'll do that right after this.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim, 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
I'm a mom raising 4 kids, so I know what you're dealing with. Distractions during homework time, faces buried in devices at dinner, not to mention the tug of war to pry devices away from my kids when it's time to go to bed. So I looked everywhere to find a system that could help me with everything I need. A system I can trust. And I found it. It's called CentraGuard by Centracom. You can get started with taking back the internet by visiting Centracom.com right now. CentraGuard. Better family internet.
I'm Dr. Chris Karish, orthopedic surgeon with a subspecialty in sports medicine. Central Valley Medical Center has state-of-the-art operating rooms and the latest orthopedic equipment to provide me with the tools to perform safe and minimally invasive procedures. I've had the opportunity to treat athletes from my own sons to the NFL. I provide a wide variety of treatments to get you back on your feet and enjoying your life. Come see us here at Central Valley Medical Center, where we can treat you as a friend and not a medical record number.
Live Snow College sports action on Centricom Channel 10, the ScenicWestNetwork.com, and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back to the pregame show. Gary Chedester along with head coach Zach Erickson. Coach, great win against Georgia Military. You knew that was going to be a tough road trip and came away with a big win. But it's marred significantly by the fact that you lost a player Sunday night.
Yeah, it's been a rough week. It's one of the most trying times that any of us have had to go through. When you lose a player to an accident and the way it did, especially someone who, Maffatini was such a beloved player on our team. He had such a big heart, had such a big smile. And one of the things in talking to his family and some of his teammates is that Maffatini came from Maui to Snow to play football, and everybody thinks and feels that that's exactly what he wants all of us to do. To be able to honor him is to play football, and that was the thing that he loved to do. His mother has expressed how grateful she is to the Snow community to allow him that opportunity, and how grateful she was to see him so happy. He had been raving about how happy he was and enjoyed every second of his time here. And then something we've kind of noticed is he was such a good example and kind of the epitome of, one of our hallmarks here at Snow, which is team, where it talks about it's not about me, it's about us. He wasn't a starter, but he showed up every day with the attitude of a starter, right? He came and he worked his butt off and he made his teammates better. He lifted everybody up around him. His energy at practice and in the weight room and on campus was really just unparalleled or unrivaled. And, obviously we miss him immensely. And there's a lot of raw emotion going through our team and our staff and our community, and especially his family. And, our thoughts and prayers are with his family, and there's never going to be a way for us to replace him, but hopefully we can honor him the best way we can. And like I said, that's to continue to do what he loved, which is play football.
Coach, I don't want to go too much into this, but when you dive into some of the things that are associated with this, it makes it even more of a tragedy in my mind anyway. He came here without a scholarship, I understand, and you scholarshiped him just at the beginning of the season. And his parents were already planning on coming here to surprise him for this game.
Yeah, there's so many things that as you dive into this that really make it just such an unfortunate circumstance and event. Maffatini was so anxious and so excited and so willing to do anything and everything he could to better himself and his team. And kind of like you mentioned, he did. He came here completely as a walk-on, and it did not take us long to realize that he was a scholarship caliber player. And not just because of his physical attributes, but because of all that other stuff that I previously mentioned. He did everything right. And then, for his family to have already been planning to be here, it's just absolutely awful. And you never dream in a million years that this is something that you'll experience in your program, or even in my life. Like, I don't think this is not anything that I've ever experienced. And so we're all really, just kind of playing it by ear and doing the very best that we can to support his family, to support his teammates, and just really do the best we can again in honoring him and his family. And we're excited to have his family here today, to be able to honor him and share our memories with them. And as heartbroken as they are, they've been, like I said, they've been extremely grateful of kind of what's transpired since the accident. And we're grateful to be able to honor them and him this afternoon.
All right, Coach, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the game at hand, and that's Iowa Western. We'll do that right after this. Welcome back to Terry Foote Stadium as we have some, I'm not sure, we haven't had the national anthem yet, have we? Maybe they've changed some things on this. We're trying to time things out, folks, with the broadcast and with the honoring of Mane Mafatini. They've brought the family out on the field right now to honor him, a good-sized crowd. And the more I've dived into this, the more sad it is to me. Mane traveled here from Hawaii to walk on here at Snow College. Just 3 weeks ago, he was offered a scholarship, and his parents were actually coming to the game to surprise him today.
Oh, wow. I didn't
so
know
they
that.
already had their plane tickets.
It looks like they're going to start the national anthem right now, Gary.
Okay, we'll go back to the pregame interview with head coach Zach Erickson and come back right after this. Welcome back to the pregame show. Gary Chedister along with Zach Erickson. And Coach, you've got probably the toughest game that you're going to have this year. Iowa Western, very, very good team. They're probably a little bit upset. They actually dropped in the polls one slot without even losing. So they've got a lot that they want to try to prove today.
Yeah, we were as surprised as they were, especially when you put them on tape. When you watch this football team, I mean, this is one of the best football teams in the entire country. And I think that goes without saying. If you look at what's transpired over the course of the last two football seasons, they have one loss, which is a 1-point loss to us, and that's it. And they very easily could, had that ball bounce the other way, right? And so we firmly believe that they've probably had this game circled since May 23rd, and so we know not only are they a solid football team, solid's an understatement. They're a very, very good football team. But couple that with the motivation that the only loss that a lot of these guys have had is to us. We're going to get their best shot. We're going to get everything that they have. They know it's our homecoming. They know they're playing on our field, and they want nothing more than to come in and upset the number one team in the country. Similar to what we did last year, right? We were number 10, they were number 2. We went to their place and were able to, sneak away with the victory there. So we're on top of all the stuff that's going on. We haven't lost the fact that we do probably have the biggest game that we've got to play on Saturday, and we were able to go out on the football field on Tuesday after all this transpired and had our first practice since the accident. And it was amazing to see what the guys did out there on the practice field. And so, we're excited to just kind of be able to put all this other stuff to the side momentarily and be able to go out there and play a heck of an opponent in Iowa Western and hopefully be able to handle our business and come out with a victory.
What is it that they do best? What I'm going to go right into the 3 keys here for you guys to come away with a win to beat Iowa Western.
So that's tough to pick. So number one, they recruit very well. There's a handful of programs that I would say are homegrown programs, and they're one of them, right? Similar to the way we do it. We both don't take a lot of Division I bounce backs. We'll get kids out of high school that don't qualify, and we both have bounce backs on our roster, but we don't live in that market. And so we have kids in the program for 2 years, and they can really come in and learn. And they do a great job of recruiting the Midwest, and they get down there into some of the southern states as well, and do a really good job recruiting. They've got arguably the best quarterback in the country this year coming back in Nate Glantz, and he was first team All-American in front of Garrison last year, while Garrison was second team, and he's very, very good. He can throw and he can run, and so we've got to do a good job of containing him and making sure that he doesn't beat us. Right? I mean, he's going to make his plays, but he cannot beat us. And I know Coach Jorgensen and that defensive staff have a great game plan ready to hopefully be able to neutralize him as much as possible. And then, for us, their defense is, when you watch them on tape, you see a bunch of ways you should be able to attack them, because they play a 4-3. They have a 2 high safety shell 85% of the time. And so when teams do what they do, these guys have just perfected it. And so you think you're seeing one thing, and you're seeing it, but they react so fast, and they have such good technique that sometimes what should work doesn't work because of how they play it. And so we've got to make sure that number one, we take care of the football and make the most of our opportunities on offense. And then, it's gonna take us making more plays than them, and our guys, maybe winning on a jump ball over their guy, or a ball that ends up on the ground that we end up, it's going to be a tough battle.
Small intangible.
Yep, exactly. Because I fully expect this game to be a dogfight. Both teams are extremely hungry to be able to continue their winning streak so far. And we don't shy away from the ramifications of this game. This game has national championship implications, and so we don't shy around about that. We talk about it. We emphasize it. That's the goal of our program, is to compete every year for a national championship, and these are the type of the games you want to play when you come to Snow College, and so we're excited to be able to get out here and do that.
All right, Coach. Good luck to you, and talk to you on the post game after a Badger win.
Sounds good. Thanks, Gary.
We'll be back with more right after this.
Little Caesars of Ephraim and Nephi have expanded to a third location in Gunnison, inside Gunnison Sinclair. Hours Monday to Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Come enjoy classics like crazy bread, cheese, pepperoni, and 3 meat treat pizzas. Little Caesars also offers wings, dip, soda, and an awesome family meal deal, including 2 liters of soda, pepperoni or cheese pizza, and a crazy combo for just $9.99. Come enjoy one of the best deals in America. Little Caesars, Ephraim, Nephi.
Why do people everywhere love My Style Checking?
It has rewards you'll flip for.
I love my travel rebates!
With My Style, the spotlight's always on me.
We can send money with Zelle. Good boy.
For me, it's instant issue debit card.
Find out why people everywhere love My Style Checking from Mountain America at macu.com.
Live Snow College sports action on Centricom Channel 10, the ScenicWestNetwork.com, and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
And welcome back once again to Terry Foote Stadium. Gary Chedester, Greg Sterner, and Brad James as the Badgers honoring Mane Mafatini here before the game. The family was given his jersey, and the offensive line brought that out to them. We had a moment of silence during the pregame. We kind of broke script a little bit, but team coming out on the field now ready to play. And the Reavers on the far side, they're ready to play as well. And we have a matchup of the top 4 teams in the country.
Yeah, exciting with these 2 teams coming out here right now, Gary. They're hyped, ready to go. A nice presentation there for Mafatini, who, as you mentioned, had passed away tragically this week. But the Badgers, you can tell they're ready to go play for their teammate this week.
Let's take a look at the top 15 here in the NJCAA. Of course, Snow College, as we mentioned at the top, with a record of 4-0. They have 4 first-place votes. 2 first-place votes goes to Jones College, who has climbed up the polls very quickly. They were at 5 last week and move into the number 2 spot with a record of 5-0. Independence Community College leapfrogged Iowa Western, and they're in that number 3 spot. Iowa Western at number 4, followed by Trinity Valley Community College, East Mississippi Community College, New Mexico Military Institute, a team the Badgers used to play on a fairly regular basis, is 5-0 and ranked number 7. Coffeyville, Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College at 9, and Iowa Central at number 10. Iowa Central and Iowa Western play each other twice during the regular season. Lackawanna College, Monroe College, Hutchinson, Coahoma College, and Kilgore College, who the Badgers will play next week.
Yeah.
No, in 2 weeks, sorry. ASA Miami is next week, Kilgore in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so the Badgers coming in at number 1. Gary, do you know, and I'm sorry to put you on the spot like this if you don't know, do you know, is it media members that vote on this? Is it a group of NJCAA coaches? What?
Athletic directors.
Oh, okay.
Athletic directors do the voting from each of the different regions.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily a conference, it's the regions.
Okay.
So we are in Region 18.
Okay.
And
okay, that's good to know. I didn't know how that worked, if it was media members like it is with the Division I college football or whatnot. But one other question I had for you: New Mexico Military, do they play in the Texas League?
They do.
Okay, because I was wondering, because that's a relatively close school for Snow to be able to play. You'd kind of hope we could get home and home with them every year, but
have you ever been to Roswell?
No, I haven't. It's closer than Miami. It's closer than 2 hours outside of Atlanta.
You're absolutely correct. But I had to tease
funny.
you because Roswell seems like a long. It is a long way.
I have not been UFO hunting in Roswell, New Mexico, Gary.
And I'll tell you, just in case you were wondering, the street lamps in Roswell, New Mexico, are alien heads.
All right, there you go.
They proudly display the whole alien thing down there.
You broker that game for next year, Gary, and you and I will go down and call that. We'll take a road trip together.
That would be fun.
There you go.
We'll have to bring Bob Trithel.
I was going to say the old Bob Trithel, Gary Chittister drives to Arizona.
Oh. Yeah, those were the days, I'll tell you. But that used to be the longest road trip that we had when we played in the Arizona school. And New Mexico Military was in the league for a while, dropped out for a while, came back, and now they found a home, I guess, in that Texas league, which is a good competitive league.
Yeah.
They've got Trinity Valley, Lackawanna, New Mexico, so they've got 3 teams that are in the top 15 from that conference.
Snow College, I'm noticing the captains coming out. One of them coming out is Taylor Larson, something I noticed from last year's stats against Iowa Western. He had over 120 yards receiving and a touchdown in that game last year. He was maybe one of the MVPs for sure. John Palmer had a couple of touchdowns as well in that game. So Taylor Larson coming back. We'll see if we can have another good game against the Reveres today, and kind of fun to be able to see that.
Well, like we mentioned in the pregame, the Reavers have a lot to prove in this, and they definitely want to show that last year was a fluke, losing at home by that 1 point. And I sent you that article. There was a lot of interesting things that happened in that game. They missed an extra point. We bobbled an extra point, turned into 2. We scored with 17 seconds left. They actually worked down the field and were getting close to get into field goal position. So you can't count these guys out, and they are returning their quarterback who led the league last year over Garrison Beach for the number 1 quarterback.
Is that Nate Glanz?
Yes.
Nate Glanz.
Nate Glanz.
Yeah, and he comes back this year, leading them in passing yardage as well. And they've got some other guys that have some stats. They go kind of deep on the stats. As Snow College does as well, just because of some of the competition. You get a lot of kids in a lot of games. But Nate Glantz will definitely lead the way for him from quarterback. We got Milton Sargbaugh at running back leading the way for the Reavers this year.
The Reavers have definitely played tougher competition to begin the season than the Badgers. The Badgers' really first test was Georgia Military, and I think Georgia Military has a pretty darn good team, and I think that's evident by their record coming in was 3-1. And they will play some people pretty tough, I think.
Yeah, and 49-17. Snow College was
right.
The final score 49-17, right? Yeah. So a tough competition, and Snow still answered the bell in a big win. Beautiful campus there last week. I watched that game with you and Nate Johnson on the call, and good-looking campus down there in Georgia.
It really was. It is
place.
a neat place. The stadium's really nice as well. They play on natural turf. Small press box, so we were on the far sidelines, kind of like what we've put Iowa Western in right now. But at least we put up some tents, so they're covered by the rain.
There you go.
And should be good. All right, the Badgers actually won the coin toss. They deferred until the second half, so they will kick it off to the Reavers. And the Reavers back deep to receive. And it looks like Milton Sargbaugh and Wyatt Romer back deep to receive, I think. Or is it Dylan Rays? And the Badgers getting set to kick off. Stockton Lund with the boot. High end over end kick. This will not be returned as it hits deep in the end zone and out the back. And so the Reavers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, just what you want if you have some athletic return men back there. You just want to kick that thing out of the end zone. Don't give up that return. You may see Snow. We've seen them a little bit this year where they'll try and kick it, pin the team, make the other team catch it around the 5 or inside the 5. And then try to stop them before the 25, but
not this time.
Not this time.
So the Reavers will go with 2 wide out, split wide to the right, and a single wide out to the left. Man in motion. Behind the quarterback. Back to pass. Throws a little out to the tight end who blocked, and then he runs right into his own player. But a gain of 5.
Keontae Scott came up from his defensive back position and laid the lumber on the big tight end that time.
And on the reception, Blake Vaughn on the reception, the tight end.
Looks like a big tight end out there. That kid's got to be. I don't have numbers, but he's got to be 6'4", 6'5", big, good-looking player.
How about 6'6", 240?
Hey, Gary does have those numbers.
You're pretty good. Shotgun formation once again, 2nd and 5. Back to passes, Glanz going deep down the sidelines. Got a man out there, but he overthrows him, incomplete. Intended for Michael Love.
Khalil Lewis on the coverage for the Badgers. Good defensive coverage there from his cornerback position as well. He's coming up from a safety position, But Keontae Scott, the man that made that last play, we've talked a lot about him on the broadcast so far. About as highly recruited as a kid as you'll see in the junior college ranks. Has offers from everywhere. The SEC, the in-state schools here in Utah. It'll be interesting to see where he decides to go.
I'm looking forward to him committing fairly soon, but we haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah.
And it looks like Bartolo is in at quarterback now. Tony Bartolo brings a man in motion. 2 wideouts to the left. Play action. Got a man on the pass, and Keontae Scott went underneath to try to get a hand on it, and it's completed, and the Reavers move it out to the 48-yard line. That's enough for a first down.
Caden Wetjen on the reception for the Reavers that time, and Nate Glanz still, he was kind of the numbers got a little bit bundled up there, but Nate Glanz was still the quarterback and that
was
completion.
Okay.
Yeah,
my bad.
And a good-looking throw, like you mentioned. Keontae Scott tried to go underneath, maybe had a break on that, just short of being able to pick that off and maybe take it back for 6.
My apologies. Glanz is the quarterback. Pistol formation, brings a man in motion. Play action again. Now passes to the man in motion, and there is Keontae Scott coming up to make the tackle. That's going to be no gain.
Yeah, the pass completed to C.J. Horton for the Reavers, but a big hit by Keontae Scott. He is not, he's a typical-looking cornerback out there. Not the biggest kid, of course, as fast as he is, but he's laying the lumber today so far if anybody catches the ball around him.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 10. The Reavers go with 2 wide out, split wide to the left. Tight end now in the backfield.
Looks like they're bringing that outside backer blitz, the Badgers this time.
And the handoff finally goes to the running back, and that goes nowhere. Is that
beautiful play there by, I'm trying to get a number here.
Cortez Hogan?
Yes.
Is that who it is?
Yes, blew that up in the backfield. Brandon Falau, they're giving it to on the big board here as well, number 25 for the Badgers. But, yeah, that running game is going nowhere for the Reavers that time.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. That's the first run play that they've run?
Yeah.
So
quick passes from Glantz. You can tell that's part of their game plan, to get the ball out of his hand quickly to try and neutralize that defensive front of the Badgers.
Caden Widgeon goes to the left. Under pressure as Glantz throws the out, incomplete.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Gary. Big hit on the outside by Salete Fevelaki?
Feveliaki.
I was close. I was so close.
So the Badgers force a punt here after 1 first down, and then they hold tight. And the Badgers will get their first possession. Taylor Larson back deep, standing at his own 15-yard line. We'll see if the Badgers come with pressure. They do, and the ball is bobbled, and he's not going to come up with it. It's still loose, though. And now the Badgers finally cover it up. So it was a low snap, and the kicker could not control it, and the Badgers come up with it.
I've got 34 is the player that came up with that, but I don't have a 34 on my roster. Do you have one, Gary?
Looking quickly here.
We want to give credit to that, because a big play by the Badgers. We'll wait and see if Dennis Nordfeldt knows that, the PA announcer. He seems to always know those numbers. Nope, he just said number 34, so we're not the dumb ones. All right. So,
well, we might still be the dumb ones, but we're not alone.
Big play for the Badgers there, though, to turn that field.
Twins split wide to the right, wide to the left. Lamson, not much room, tries to force his way right up the middle, maybe gains a yard is all.
Gary, one of the favorite things that I've been looking forward to the most in this game, and Snow's going to go quick, so I'll be quick with this. Targi Lamson has tore teams up this year, and I'm excited to see him play against this level of competition to see what he can do.
Well, it all depends on that big offensive line if they can create some holes. There's a quick pass out in the flats, going to be caught by Taylor Larson. And he tiptoes down the sidelines. He's going to be short of the first down by about a yard as he's taken out inside the 28-yard line.
Good quick pass. Both teams just running this quick passing game, getting the ball quickly out of their quarterback's hands, and Taylor Larson picking up right where he left off last year with his first reception, last year in this game against Iowa Western.
2 wideouts to the left. That's going to be Leggett and Larson. To the top of the screen is Elijah. Handoff to Larson on the jet sweep, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down. In fact, he's going to lose a yard. Do the Badgers go for it here on 4th? I think so.
Yeah, you're going to have 4th and maybe 2 here, and definitely have the leg to be able to kick this field goal, but I think you'll see the Badgers go for it here.
I do,
Looks
too.
like it on the sideline. Players are getting pretty pumped about this to see how they do on 4th down here.
Seth Kalin comes in the backfield. He's on the right side of McGrath. On the left side is Lamson as the Badgers go with 2 in the backfield. 2 wideouts, 1 left, 1 right. Handoff, Seth Kalin, straight ahead. Lowers the shoulder. Yeah. I think he's got it. It's going to be awfully close.
That was all Seth Kalin if he gets it. He was hitting the backfield and then push forward. The Reavers are coming up saying that they have the ball.
Seth comes up saying he's got the first down. The Reavers are saying that they stopped him short, and I think they did.
It's going to
be. That was not a very generous spot.
No.
Not a generous spot at all. In fact, that official came in, it looked like, and took a full step to his left. So the Badgers turn it over on downs now.
So that's frustrating if you're a Badger fan. You got the field position you wanted inside Reaver territory and wasn't able to get any points out of it.
So here come the Reavers now, and they'll start this time at their own 28-yard line. As they were able to pick up a first down on their first possession, Badgers go with that 3-4 defense. Pass again out in the flats. This time some room to run, and taking it down the sidelines is Michael Love. And Michael Love is going to have a first down for the Reavers.
Yeah, I don't know if we see that replay. I kind of want to see that these teams are going so quick. It's hard to run replays, but I'm interested in if that should have been the outside backer. It looked like an outside backer just kind of got sucked in right there and gave up the edge.
They didn't give him the first down. Now they hand it off, and that's going to be the running back, Moses Bryant, and he does get the first down.
Yeah, they gave him that favorable spot that the Badgers didn't get on 4th down last time there, Gary.
Thank you.
Yeah, it kind of looked like that to me at least. But, yeah, first down for the Reavers as it is.
Out to the 39-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Reavers calling the plays from the sidelines. Nate Glantz in the backfield. And he's got Moses Bryant to his left. 2 wide out, split wide to the right. Split out wide to the right is Michael Love in the slot. And now Love goes in motion. Badgers follow him around. That's Khalil Lewis. And the play clock ran down. Did they call a timeout before? It looks like they might have got a timeout. They did. So we'll take a timeout as well. This is going to be a Utah Heritage Credit Union timeout. Utah Heritage Credit Union, your local credit union with offices in Moroni, Mount Pleasant, Ephraim, and Gunnison, proud to support Snow College. We'll be back.
This is Nate Johnson of Risk Managers Insurance Agency in Ephraim. It is surprising how many people do not have any life insurance or adequate coverage today. If you were to suddenly die, would your family have enough money for your funeral and to pay off any debt you may have, or funds to live on with your income no longer available to care for your family? You may be surprised at how low life insurance rates are. Let me sit down with you and discuss how life insurance can benefit you and your family. Call us at Risk Managers in Ephraim, 283-4685.
Live Snow College sports action on Centricom Channel 10, the ScenicWestNetwork.com, and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back to Terry Foote Stadium. 9 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. No score between the number 1 Snow College Badgers and the number 4 Iowa Western Reavers. It is 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line for the Reavers. Reavers go with trips wide to the right. And Moses Bryant in the backfield. Now Love in motion. Handoff to Bryant. Bryant finds a small hole, gets across the 40 to about the 39. And that's where they'll stop him. So a gain of 2, it'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Just not much doing there up the middle when the Reavers try to run Austin Francis in on that one. Quite a few other of those Badgers in there. The defensive line, they've just been running that 3-man front. Snow College does, and then they'll bring an outside backer from one of the sides, or maybe even one of the middle linebackers up the middle on a blitz.
2 wideouts left, 2 wideouts right. Big tight end comes in motion. That's C.J. Horton. Back to passes Glantz. Got a man out there. It's going to be caught, and a gain of about 6 out to the 47-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Reavers.
Nate Glantz puts the ball on the money. He gets the ball out quick and throws a rope and puts it right on the numbers of his receiver. He does a good job. Snow College has good defensive secondary defense in the secondary. They just a better throw by Glantz to beat that.
So 3rd and 2, big 3rd down here. Tight end, they run 2 tight ends, kind of a wing back on the left side of the formation. Glantz looks like he might be changing it now, and he moves Bryant. Now he hands it off to Bryant. No, he keeps it himself, turns it upfield. I think he's short of the 1st down, but is this 4-down territory?
Right up by midfield, I think you might see the Reavers decide to, and they're sending in the punt team on 4th and 2.
Well, they're not going to give the Badgers a chance here. But you got to make sure you don't jump off sides. That's what you got to be disciplined right here, because that would be what I would do as an offensive coach, try to hard count and draw somebody off sides. There's the snap, though, and the kick is away. Kind of a awkward kick, goes out of bounds.
Yeah.
It looked like he was angling for the left, and it hooked back to the right.
Yeah, that's not a very good kick at this level of football. I mean, it's only going to be, about a 20-yard change of field position here. So the Badgers are going to end up with decent field position again. If you're the Reavers, you get a good punt there, and you can pin them down inside the 20 or maybe even inside the 10 if you get a roll there. But Snow's going to take over at the 32-yard line here.
Coach Erickson trying to lobby. We were further up the field.
Yeah, he was running up the field, pointing to where it should have, where it crossed that imaginary out-of-bounds line.
So the Badgers go with 2 men in the backfield once again. That's going to be Lamson on the left of McGrath and Seth Kalin on the right. 2 wideouts, 1 left, 1 right. Handoff to Lamson. Lamson finds a hole. Lamson picks up good yardage out near the 40-yard line to the 39.
Yeah, he had some room there. Breaks 1 tackle, and he might have been gone there, but a good tackle there by the Reavers. Yeah, that second level, the middle linebacker is able to get Lamson down, but it's still a good gain, about a 7-yard gain on 1st down.
Badgers go now with 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. It's going to be Leggett and Larson to the left. Oh, no, 2 to the right. And Lamson the lone setback. McGrath back to pass, has time to throw, goes over the middle, and incomplete. Intended out there for Tavita Noah, but broken up by Dylan Reyes. So it'll bring up 3rd and 2. You like that 2nd and short, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
I heard you mention that last night with the Manti-Richfield game.
Yeah. Gives an offensive coordinator a playbook full of possibilities when you have 2nd and 2 or 2nd and 3.
Badgers go with 2 stacks. Two to the left, 2 to the right, stacked on top of each other. Lamson the lone setback. Now Lamson changes from the left side of McGrath to the right side. 3rd and 2. Hand off to Lamson. Lamson hit at the line of scrimmage, and he falls forward. Does he get it? Oh, now they get a generous spot.
Yeah, that looks like a real generous spot for the Badgers.
It's still going to be short, I think, but it is very, very close.
They're saying first down.
Holy mackerel.
Wow.
I don't understand that one.
Yeah, the white hat was indicating first down here.
Well, now they move it back.
No, they're moving it.
Oh,
yeah,
my
they're
goodness.
moving the chains.
But where they spotted the ball is short of where the first down was.
I think that's what the Reaver coach across the way is saying to that side judge.
I am having a hard time. I think the official, well, I don't know. The Badgers got a break. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah,
I thought they were closer to the first down on the last time they had it, not this one.
I agree with you.
So the Badgers get a break, and they get a first down here, their first down of the game. Handoff goes to Lamson. Lamson's got some room to run. Lamson breaks a tackle. Lamson at the 40. Stutter steps. Dives inside the 35-yard line. Flags all over the place.
I want to see this replay because I was looking to see who that block was on. Taylor Larson with a good block. I'm wondering if he held before my eyes went back there. If you watch number 21, this lead block out here, let's see if he – I don't know what that was.
He falls down.
I don't know.
Are they going to call a crackback block? He just fell down is all.
Yeah, if that's on Taylor Larson, that's not the right call. I don't know about that, Gary. If it's on somebody else behind him and I didn't see it.
They're calling a
block below the waist. He got knocked over, and the kid fell over him. That's a garbage call. He got knocked over there. He wasn't going low.
No, he wasn't. He fell down, and
that's a garbage call.
That's too bad.
Yeah, I don't know if we have time to run that replay one more time before.
Jake, no, we don't.
Well, yeah,
sorry, we
don't.
Back up. Thanks, Jake. Sorry.
That's frustrating because Taylor Larson was just frankly, he was a smaller guy out there and got knocked over, and the kid fell over him. But well.
Lamson in the backfield to the left. Badgers trips wide to the right. McGrath back to pass, throws the deep out for Leggett. Leggett slipped, and that's going to be 2nd down. And what are we, about 18, 17?
Yeah, you got a wet field out here. That's the right read. It would have been open. It was a good call by the offensive coordinator. Just Leggett just couldn't keep his footing out there. Like we say, it's been raining the last couple of days here in the Sanpete Valley, and it's definitely a wet field. It's not as bad as if it was real grass, on the artificial turf, but still slippery.
So 2nd down and 17. 4 down linemen for the Reavers. Quick pass is going to be out to Lamson. Lamson is swallowed up immediately, a gain of maybe 2.
I'll tell you what, Gary, you see a difference. The games that I've called with you, you see a difference all across the field, obviously, with Iowa Western and some of those teams Snow's played already. But, man, you see it on the line. Snow College's offensive and defensive lines just ate those other teams for lunch. And it's a battle out here right now.
So 3rd and 15. Let's call it 16. 3rd and 16. Big 3rd down here for the Badgers. Trips wide to the left. Play action to Lamson. McGrath steps up in the pocket, throws, hit as he threw, and that falls harmlessly to the ground. And the Badgers will be forced to punt.
You see it right there. That defensive line was just able to get a ton of pressure on McGrath, and he just doesn't have the time that he's had in other games to let plays develop down the field.
Almost looked like he stepped up too far into the pocket that time and almost stepped into the rush.
Yeah.
So punting situation. Back deep to receive the punt is Caden Wedgen. Ten seconds on the play clock. Snap is good. Beautiful high kick is going to force Wedgen back to about the 12-yard line. That looked like a block in the back. No call, and Wedgen steps out of bounds at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, you're right. We're watching this replay here, and Let's watch to see. Well, yeah,
I guess
it might have been far enough behind the play.
I guess
that
if you
didn't
put your
really
hands
matter.
up and run into them, it doesn't count.
Yeah. But if you get knocked down and hit somebody in the shoes, you get called for a block below the waist.
That was.
And 2 flags came in, so,
Yeah.
and the officials know more about this stuff than I do, obviously. So that's where I kind of hesitated. But, man, anyway.
4 wideouts, 2 to the right, 2 to the left for the quarterback, Glantz. Glantz has nobody in the backfield with him, empty backfield. Now brings a man in motion, runs the pitch to him, and the Badgers blow that play up. What a great effort that time by Brandon Falau.
Wow, Brandon Falau just beat his blocker and got in the backfield and blew that play up. What a good play by Brandon Falau from that outside backer position.
So that pushes it all the way back to the 20-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 9. It'll bring up 2nd and 19. Well, Iowa Western came out throwing the ball. I think they had to have watched a lot of video knowing that the Badgers don't give up a lot of yards running, but now they're trying it. 4 wideouts, split wide to the left, empty backfield. Glanz under pressure. Glanz is going to be sacked. Glanz, they're going to give him a generous spot up to the, wow, they keep moving up to the 14-yard line.
Oh, my goodness. Did they say he threw it?
No.
No, yeah, because that would have been back to the line of scrimmage. But, my goodness, they moved that up. Cole Hogan with the big play getting in there for the Badgers. They sent the blitz from the middle and from the outside that time, and Cole Hogan came from the outside unimpeded to the quarterback.
So it's going to be 3rd and a lot.
I give Brandon Falau credit for that one, too. Remedy
Okuteo.
Thank you.
And this is going to be 3rd and long, 3rd and 25.
You got Badger.
Play clock down to 0, and they're going to call delay of game. Glantz is wanting to know why it wasn't reset, the play clock, and now the head official is going to talk to the back official.
Yeah, I don't know why it would have been. If it starts for the 42nd, it starts.
Why?
No foul.
Why is it not delay of game when the play clock runs down?
Yeah, I don't know that. Unless they're saying that they took too long to set the ball. I don't know what that was. You got the Badgers with about, 6 or 7 guys back 20 yards. Center fielder clear back near the S at midfield.
And they're going to just run it. And that's going to get out to about the 21-yard line is all. Was that Sarbaugh? I think that was Sarbaugh on the carry.
Milton Sarbaugh?
Yeah, Milton Sarbaugh. But it's going to be well short of the first down, so it's going to be a punting situation for Iowa Western.
Badger defense being strong here. They've given up a couple of big plays here in this first quarter, but nothing too much, nothing, no points, obviously, and been able to turn the ball over.
Again, not a great kick.
Oh, get out of there.
And a late flag comes in again. Now, did somebody for the Badgers touch that?
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody touched it.
And now another flag. This is what we've talked about a lot, and just unnecessary penalties.
Well, you had a Badger coming up to crackback block, not realizing that ball was going to fall right next to him. It might have hit that guy that was blocking there. Anyway, so he went up and delivered a big crackback block that's going to knock him back 15 more yards.
I think it's going to be 30.
Yeah, but it might be 2 of them. You're right. 2 separate penalties to knock him back 30 yards. We'll see what this call is. You hope that second flag is offsetting between both teams, because really both teams were going hard at each other.
I'm not going to be surprised if it's 30 yards here, though.
Yeah.
The ball is sitting at the 48-yard line of Iowa Western.
I think we can maybe
can we see a replay on that, Jake? Jacob Mortensen, our producer here for the Badger Snow TV stream.
It doesn't go back quite far enough. Oh, here we go. So you'll see a Badger player. That ball's going to almost hit him as he steps up and makes a big block right there. And then he decides to jump in there and try and jump on the ball just in case it touched a Badger. And then
and I think somebody from Iowa Western reached down to touch it as well. So as soon as he makes contact,
if he touches it
first, you can touch it. Yeah.
Yeah, if he touches it first, it's dead right there. Sure, yeah. And then the little brouhaha came after that. But like I say, you're hoping if you're a Snow fan that it's on both teams, and just maybe that first one was the crackback block. But
so it's going to take a little while to sort things out here. Let's take a Utah Heritage Credit Union timeout. Utah Heritage Credit Union for auto, ATV, mortgage, and new home construction loans. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Live Snow College sports action on Centricom Channel 10, the ScenicWestNetwork.com, and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Okay.
Wow, we got a break.
You going to run down that, Gary?
Welcome back. Yes. Sorry, we were listening. We came back from the break, and I'll let you do it.
Okay, yeah, so there was an unsportsmanlike penalty during the play, or a personal foul against the Badgers for that block that we talked about. And then after the play, you had a 15-yard personal foul against the Reavers. So that really just wipes it out. We play where it would have been, and it took 10 minutes to figure that out. Okay, 10. I'm being dramatic.
Right.
It took 2 minutes there to figure that out. But as it is, we play from where it would have been if there were no flags.
And it's at the Iowa Western 48. The Badgers have had excellent field position here in the first quarter. We're down to 2:39 remaining in the first quarter. Badgers 1st and 10 from the Iowa Western 48. McGrath takes the snap. Play action. No, it's Sweeten. Sweeten's in there. And Sweeten tries to take it around the outside, and the Reavers come up and make a great defensive play.
Yeah, big defensive play by the defensive lineman. Quintrail Travis for the Reavers was in there first.
And Rashawn Hodge also in on the tackle. The Badgers lose 5. So Sweeten in there. What happened to McGrath? Try to find him down here on the sidelines, but the Badgers have pulled the plug on Sweeten, or on McGrath fairly quickly. And he's down talking with Zach Erickson, and Sweeten is going to run the offense here on 2nd and 15. Long snap count. They've got Tavita Noah in kind of that little wing-back position, and Lamson is going to get the handoff. Lamson round the right edge, nice spin move, picks up 3 as he gets back up to midfield. But it's going to be 3rd and 12. Both defenses dominating the first quarter so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, both defensive lines, especially in the second level, the outside backers and the middle backers for both teams doing a great job. Targi Lamson just not able to get much room. The one time he did was that penalty on the last drive.
Badgers go with trips wide to the left and a single wide out to the right. Lamson in the backfield with Sweeten. Sweeten back to pass, has time, throws over the middle, throws low, incomplete.
Yeah, you had a receiver out there that time for the Badgers, Reggie Akels. I had an 18, but Reggie Akels plays on defense, so I don't think it was an 18. I've got to check that. But anyway, just pass was just a little bit low, tough to come up with. It probably would have been a little bit short of the first down anyway, but would have been in much better position to maybe think about going for it on 4th.
So Badgers with their second punt. Both teams have punted twice. Both teams have turned it over on downs. Good snap, plenty of time. Kick is away. Nice high booming kick is going to be fielded inside the 10-yard line. And is going to be taken down inside the 10-yard line. On the return is going to be Caden Wedgen.
I'll tell you, the difference in this game so far in a 0-0 score is the punting for Snow College has been excellent, and the punting for the Reavers for Iowa Western not so good. The fumbled snap and then 2 very short punts.
Right.
So Snow College winning that field position game. You don't want to give that up here where the Reavers will start inside the 10-yard line again.
Starting at their own 8. Deep man in the backfield is going to be Moses Bryant, who stands behind Glanz. at quarterback. One wide out to the left, one wide out to the right. They've got a tight end on the left side of the formation. Or no, they've got two tight ends in the backfield. Handoff, trying to find the middle and getting a couple of yards is Bryant. Bryant gets out to the 10.
Yeah, just trying to go with that jumbo set, maybe get some more blockers in there to get the running game going, and it's not happening. Cole Hogan again in on that one for the Badgers. Just a short gain on first down.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 8 for the Reavers. Reavers again, two wideouts, one left, one right. And as you mentioned, the jumbo package, handoff straight ahead. No, he's going to keep it and gain maybe two more is Glanz.
Cole Hogan, the first one in there again for the Badgers. And the Badgers had 8 in the box that time, just one safety high. And those linebackers are all within just a few yards of the line of scrimmage. Just kind of selling out for that run, not worried about one of those Reaver receivers running past them.
And that is going to end the first quarter of play. We have no score. 0-0. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter right after this.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
Live Snow College sports action on Centricom Channel 10, the ScenicWestNetwork.com, and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
3rd down and 6, and we need the camera moved, please. Glance, there we go. Glance in the backfield. Steps back to pass, has a lot of time to throw, now scrambles out. He can run for it, passes at the last second, incomplete.
So he probably wouldn't have been able to run for the whole first down. He had a little bit of green grass in front of him, so he made the right decision there. And like I say, that kid throws a rope. He throws the ball. He throws a fastball every time. And just a little bit off his receiver's hands. It was the right call, though, by Glantz.
Just as I said, it looked like he could run for it. There was a Badger that came over in coverage.
Yeah.
So Taylor Larson going to stand back at his at the 43-yard line, await the punt here. As you mentioned, the Badgers so far winning the field battle. Snap is bobbled, but he gets away the best kick he's kicked of the day.
By far, geez.
And it takes a great bounce. So maybe that's the key, is the punter just needs to be afraid.
You're talking you're talking almost a 60-yard punt right there. I don't have that exact, but that's you hear about flipping the field all the time, and the Badgers thought they would be getting that right about the S at midfield, and that one another 30 yards on top of that for the Reavers.
On the punt is Jake Calvert, definitely the best kick so far for the Reavers, and that flips the field. The Badgers start at their own 21-yard line. That's their worst field position. Badgers go with two wideouts split wide to the right. That's going to be Elijah Irvin and Taylor Larson in the slot. Leggett at the top of the screen. Tavita Noah in the backfield. Deep in the I formation is Lamson. Now Noah comes in motion. Handoff goes to Lamson. Lamson waits for a block, gets it, and then somebody comes around from behind. What a great play. Chyree Hill.
Yeah, just coming from the weak side defensive end or outside backer position and comes all the way down the line to catch Lamson from behind. You don't see that often. McGrath is back in at quarterback. So just a little experiment with Sweeten there on that last drive.
So McGrath has Lamson to his left. That was no gain on the last play. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Lamson has yet to get anything really good going. Here's the pass out in the flats, a wide receiver screen. And
was that incomplete? Was it? Did that skip?
He might have had his knee down.
Oh, okay.
I think he kind of bent down. Can we see that, Jake, on the replay? I think they're saying his knee hit. Well, we didn't quite catch it. That's the only thing I can think of because they moved it back another yard. It's going to be 3rd and 12.
Yeah, it would have had to have been a completed pass, like you said, Gary, sure.
So Larson in the slot to the right, Elijah Irvin wide to the right, and Leggett at the top of the screen to the left. Lamson and McGrath in the backfield. Play action to Lamson. McGrath under pressure, tries to roll out, and he's going to be swallowed up. That's going to be a loss back inside the 10. Great defensive effort that time by Quintrell Travis.
Yeah, we've called his name a few times. He's just a wrecking ball back there from the Reaver defensive line. And he's able to get past the Badger offensive line, and the Badgers are going to have to change something up, either quicker passes or maybe some runs to the outside. I don't know, but this is the first type. This is the first time this year they've faced this type of adversity for sure.
So the punt's going to come from the Badgers' own end zone. The returner for Iowa Western stands at midfield. The kick goes away from him. Takes a bit of a Badger bounce, but not a huge one, and it's going to roll out of bounds at the 48-yard line. So Iowa Western going to have their best field position of the game at the Badger 48.
Yeah, that's interesting how that happened so quickly. You thought the Badgers would be getting that back about midfield on that last drive, and then the punt pushes them back. They lose some yards on a couple of plays, and now it's the Reavers coming out at midfield.
Glance at quarterback. New running back back there is Milton Sarbaugh, I believe. Can't quite see his number, but I believe it's Sarbaugh. 1st and 10 from the Badger 48-yard line. Badgers come up and show blitz. Back to passes Glance. Glance going to throw the fade down the sidelines. Incomplete.
That's offensive pass interference.
Sure looked
there.
like it. Ryan Flournoy.
Yeah, there's no flag that comes out, but the Badger defender definitely had the best chance at that ball. I'm trying to see who it is. He's down on the field across the way.
So we'll take this opportunity for a timeout as well as we watch the replay. And, yeah, the receiver just fell on the back of his legs. It was Xavier Spann who went down. And hopefully that's not going to be anything too serious.
Yeah, he's been a good defensive back for the Badgers this year.
So we'll take this opportunity for another Utah Heritage Credit Union timeout. Utah Heritage Credit Union, your local credit union, with offices in Moroni, Mount Pleasant, my favorite branch, the Ephraim branch in Gunnison. Proud to support Snow College. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
I'm Dr. Jason Standring, Central Valley Medical Center. I wanted to become a doctor because as I grew up, my family had a family doc that delivered my siblings and took care of us when we were sick and if we had to go to the hospital, and I wanted to do the same thing. Family medicine allows me to do that. I love the fact that I can take care of families throughout their lifespan, from birth and throughout their growing years and their families, even until the end of life care. I'm Dr. Jason Standring at Central Valley Medical Center, and we're accepting new patients, and I'm eager to get to know you and your family.
Live Snow College sports action on Centricom Channel 10, the ScenicWestNetwork.com, and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back to Terry Foote Stadium. 2nd down and 10 for the Reavers. Man in motion is Parrish, but now he turns around and goes back to the slot on the left. Again, Nate Glance, the quarterback. Hands it off. A big hole on the right side, and taking it for a first down is Milton Sarbaugh. Very, very close. I think they are going to give it to him.
Best run of the night for the Reavers so far, for the day, excuse me. Yeah, good run that time. Big hole on the right side and able to get enough for a first down. Oh, they're going to say that's not quite a first down.
No,
they're moving them. Okay.
And the handoff goes to Sarbaugh again. This time he gains maybe 3 yards.
Yeah, that's not normal. They don't usually set the ball for play until the sticks are set, and they didn't get set, but a few yard gain on that first down there. Cole Hogan coming up with another stop.
Boy, they've really changed things around. Moses Bryant started in the backfield, a lot bigger, stronger runner. Now they've gone to Sarbaugh, and Sarbaugh a lot shorter, a lot quicker, and he's been able to find a hole in the Badger defense. Play action, pass over the middle, knocked down.
Yeah,
who got a hand on that? Remedy Okuteu.
Yeah, great job to jump up from that outside backer position and just knock that one down. If you can't get to the quarterback, get those hands up, try to knock the pass down.
Good job by Okuteu. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Yeah, I'm going to go with 7.
Yeah, and you're wondering here if the Reavers, depending on what they get, if this is 4-down territory for them from the 35-yard line.
I'm going to bet yes. 4 wide out, split wide to the left. Empty backfield for Glanz. Back to passes Glanz. Glanz flushed out of the pocket. Looked like it could have been a hold. And he's going to be sacked back to the 40-yard line. I don't think it's 4-down territory now.
Oh, Khalil Lewis coming up from a safety position and getting Glanz in the backfield. 5-yard loss, plus the loss, obviously the loss of down, better than a holding even. Because it kind of did look like that holding right in the middle of the field. You're right, Gary.
So it's going to be 4th and 12 and a punting situation. So they've got 2 punters. That's quite a luxury to be able to travel with 2 punters.
Yeah, at a JC level, yeah.
Snap is good. Nyson takes his time and kicks a little backspin. And Taylor Larson takes the fair catch and falls down at the 11.
We're here at Badger Stadium right next to the Snow College coordinators or whoever they send up to the booth. And it's kind of fun to hear. It's kind of fun to hear their emotion. Like they'll see things on the field before it actually happens, and they'll start screaming down to tell the coaches on the field what's happening. It's kind of fun to hear them and to watch.
Well, I hope the fans don't hear everything.
Yeah. Let's. Do we got that 5-second delay with a button back at the station to bleep a word? Oh, okay.
No, we don't. McGrath in at quarterback once again. He's got Lamson to his right. Badgers go with 2 wide out, split wide to the left. Tavita Noah in motion. Now he comes back, and he's going to lead block for Lamson. Lamson tries to get that right edge and can't quite get it.
Yeah, a couple of good lead blockers that time for Lamson, but the Reavers just do a good job of flowing to the ball and just bottling it up to where there's a mass of humanity in there, whether it's the blockers or the Reaver defenders, and just nowhere for Lamson to break free.
Ben Radisha is the middle linebacker who kind of got in there and clogged things up, as Greg mentioned. McGrath looks deep, pump fake, has time. Now he throws, got a man open, Taylor Larson. I think he's got the first down. He does.
Taylor Larson's a kid. I don't know if you remember. I'm a big BYU fan, so I remember these BYU players, and you may not remember. But Nate Mickle, a kid that played for BYU quite a few years ago, kind of a shorter kid out of the slot, just a kid that's going to hit you if you try and go up and hit him. And Taylor Larson just reminds me of that. Sure hands, good play there by Larson.
Larson has got some amazing numbers, and as of right now, nobody really looking at him.
Yeah.
BYU would do well to pick him up. Handoff goes to Lamson. Lamson lowers the shoulder, gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard is all. Boy, both these defenses really stopping the run.
Yeah.
And now we don't have any video again, so we're not seeing a replay here.
Yeah, but as you mentioned, both teams, defensive line and linebackers stepping up, doing a good job. McGrath's going to have to get some of those quick passes out. I've called for that a few times. We'll see if they go to that right here.
McGrath back to pass, under some pressure, throws the deep out. Nice catch by Leggett, and Leggett is dragged out of bounds, but I think he might have the first down.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You just want that quick 3-step drop, one read, get it out to your athlete, let him go make a play.
So it's going to be 1st and 10. The Badgers started at their own 11-yard line, now out to the 33-yard line. And 1st and 10. One of the best drives so far for Snow College. Twin stacks, handoff to Lamson. Lamson straight ahead. Loses the ball. Did he?
I think they're going to say that's a fumble.
I haven't seen a signal yet from the officials. One official looked like he was calling him down. Iowa Western came up with it. Wow. Fumbled by Lamson, turns it over, and the Reavers come up with the first turnover.
Yeah, big play for the Reavers there to get the ball at the Snow College. What about the 37-yard line here? Trying to put those first points on the board.
How quick it switches. I mean, the Badgers lived on the Iowa Western side of the field until that punt that really turned it around for Iowa Western.
Right. Great punt by their punter after we had kind of been tough on them.
Yeah. So a big first down here. Man in motion is Michael Love. Pass out in the flats. Badgers are out there, and they make a tackle. No gain.
Yeah, he made the man miss that time, but Owen Fa'amoe came up and he. So the Reaver offensive player made the Badger defender miss, but then Fa'amoe was able to go back and clean it up after. Wasn't able to do anything after that is what I'm getting at there.
It'll be second down, maybe even a loss of 1. So 2nd and 11. Glance in the backfield. We've got a new running back there. And I'm not sure who that is. Is it maybe Love is back in? It is. Play action. Glance throws the deep out. Incomplete.
Yeah, they had that open. They had that play open, just bounces off the receiver. Glance was under a little pressure from the Badger defender. Who was that came in there? 33. Cortez Hogan's put some pressure on the quarterback, but it was a good throw right on the numbers. Would have been enough for a first down.
So a big third now, 3rd and 11. Love is back in at quarterback, or Moses Bryant is back in at running back, Trip split wide to the right. Now Love comes out wide to the left. Empty backfield. And timeout is going to be taken by the Reavers. We'll take a timeout as well. A Utah Heritage Credit Union timeout. Utah Heritage Credit Union for auto, ATV, mortgage, and new home construction loans. We'll be back after this.
Let's pay tribute to a few of our wonderful Snow College sponsors. Ephraim Eye Center, Douglas Dentistry, Willow Creek Inn, Utah Heritage Credit Union, Custom Electric, Centricom, Lucy's Thompson Oil, Ephraim Family Dental, The Malt Shop, Manti Telephone, Roy's Pizza and Pasta, Sam Pete Steel, Ephraim City, Mountain America Credit Union, Subway, Palisade Golf Course, I-Score Media, Intermountain Shampoo Power.
God. Welcome back once again to Terry Foote Stadium. Back to pass, and in and out of the hands of the receiver. Incomplete. Good heads-up play, though, by Michael Love, who tried to pick it up, thinking it might have been a pass catch and a fumble.
I think Khalil Lewis there on that.
Boy, Khalil's had a
defense.
game.
Yeah, and the Badgers' defense just steps up again. The offense kind of puts them in a bad position that time, and the defense just bails them out again. And the Reavers are going to have to punt again.
Badgers get ready. 4th down and 11. Low snap. Nice backspin kick once again. Fair catch signaled for. And it takes a great bounce into the end zone. The Badgers catch a break.
A great Badger bounce, you bet.
Yeah. And the Badgers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. We apologize for technical difficulties that we've got going on right here. We've lost all of our video. So we're going to reboot our production at halftime, which is 7 minutes and 47 seconds left. So we've got audio only on KMTI, and I think we have audio with the YouTube stream, but we have no video with the YouTube stream. So we apologize for that. I don't know what happened. Technology is wonderful.
Well, Gary will do a great job of explaining what's happening, so you don't even need video. You can just imagine it. You can imagine what's happening on the field.
Trips wide to the right. Seth Kalin in the backfield. He goes out in the pass route. He's open. Now the little floater is going to be... Hey. Is that Taylor Larson? No, that's going to be Dawson Tanner.
Yeah, I don't even think that was intended for Dawson Tanner. I think it was just a little bit too tall for the receiver that was in front of him, but Dawson was able to run under that, catch it right before he steps out of bounds. A good play for the Badgers on first down.
Gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. Trips again wide to the left. Seth Kalin in the backfield. Hard snap count by McGrath. Now he slows things up and gets a signal in from the sidelines. Elijah Irvin wide to the right. Handoff to Kalin. Kalin runs into his own blocker and gets forced back, but they're going to give him maybe a half a yard.
Yeah, just right up to the line of scrimmage is about it there. So going to bring up 3rd down and about 3 or 4.
Both of these teams very, very good against the run.
Man, that's no kid today for sure.
I think Iowa Western averages giving up about 68 yards on the ground, and the Badgers are even less than that.
Be interested to see the Brad James stats at halftime to see just how many offensive yards there are, because there's not many for either team.
3rd down and a long 3. Play action, pass out in the flats, and what great recovery by the Reavers to come up and stop that. That's going to be short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah, Dawson Tanner was able to catch that pass, but the immediate hit from Legend Doggett and Dennis Fisher for the Reavers just turns him back and just short of that first down stick. Needed to get to the 30, and they got to the 29.
So the Badgers going to be forced to punt once again. With 6 minutes remaining here in the second quarter, no score at Terry Foote Stadium between the number 1 Snow College Badgers and the number 4 Iowa Western Reavers. No pressure.
Wow.
Kick is a beautiful
Another great kick.
Yep, driving back to the 25-yard line, trying to find some room to run, breaks a tackle, gets to the sidelines, up the sidelines, out of bounds. Nice return.
You hear a lot about out-kicking your coverage, and there's a little bit of that. The Badgers are putting a boot to that ball, and the coverage just isn't able to get down there quick enough. It's a nice spiral that travels through this Utah mountain air and gets a lot of distance on it. But and so far the Badgers have been able to get down there quick enough to bottle up the Reaver returner, and this time that did not happen. He was able to get it all the way up to about the 44-yard line.
Yep. So the own 44-yard line, as Greg mentioned. Handoff, trying that right side once again, finding a little bit of a hole, staying on his feet, and finally coming down. That's going to be gain of 12 yards. Nice run by Milton Sarbaugh. Sarbaugh he's very short. I'm going to 5'7" is what he's listed at. 5'7", 180. And he just finds a little hole, a little crease in that line, and is able to get good yardage. First down for quite some time. Handoff to Sarbaugh again, and again another great run.
The Reavers on this drive are doing what I've expected the Badgers to do these last couple of drives. I keep expecting Targi Lamson to hit a hole and get one of those big gains that he's known for, and it just hasn't happened yet. We'll see if this Badger defense can be stout again and turn the Reavers back as they get down inside the 35.
2nd down and 1 after the gain of 9 by Sarbaugh. Long snap count here from Glanz. Glanz with 2 wide out, split wide to the right. Tight end on the right side. Handoff again to Sarbaugh. Sarbaugh again with good yardage down to the 30-yard line. And I think they found their key runner right here with Sarbaugh.
Yeah, Austin Francis has to come up from a safety spot and make the stop there. If he doesn't make that stop, it's a one-on-one with a corner out there or 6 for the Reavers.
Sarbaugh is having a great series right here.
Yeah.
As it has been Sarbaugh, and Sarbaugh.
Yeah.
Now the Reavers move the tight end to the left side of the formation and a wingback. Handoff again to Sarbaugh, and again this time he gets stumbled up right at the line, but his momentum carries him for a gain of 3.
Yeah, there was some room there, but he just kind of got his feet tangled up there, but they're just doing that little shotgun run. There's nothing fancy about this. This is just an offensive line versus a defensive line. Offensive line's been winning this drive for the first time today.
Again, tight end on the left side of the formation. 2 wide out, split wide to the right. Now the tight end moves from left to right. And the wing back as well, C.J. Horton. Play action, pass to Horton. Horton is going to make the catch, but he's wrestled down. Khalil Lewis again. Or was it?
That might have been Owen Fa'amoe.
Owen Fa'amoe.
Yeah.
But Khalil was there, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Or was that Noah Kemme? Is that 8 or 9 out there? I'm trying to get a number here. If he turns around just a little bit more, we might be able to see.
9.
Yeah, Fa'amoe.
Owen Fa'amoe, Khalil Lewis out there to defend that one. That actually loses a couple of yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 9. So strange. You see a team run, and do so well, and then for some reason want to throw the ball.
Yeah, just throw that quick pass outside from the same formation, just trying to catch the Badgers off guard, and it did not work.
Badgers showing blitz here against Glantz, 3rd and 9. Glantz back to pass, under some pressure, scrambles out of the pocket, throws it away.
Yeah, great defensive stand. And going back to what you said, you see a team run it, get some good positive yardage. You turn and throw it on 2nd and 6, and it's an incomplete pass, or you lose a yard or two like that, and you can't run it again. You have to throw the ball. So then that's what they do, under pressure, and incomplete pass. So it's going to bring up 4th and 9. They got to get down to the 21-yard line. This is obviously four-down
territory.
Yep. No benefit to punt here. So let's see if the Badger defense can turn them back again.
So you've got Sarbaugh in the backfield. Badgers coming up against the line. Now Glantz is going to move back a little bit deeper and does a quick kick. That is not a good kick. Get out of the way.
Oh, goodness.
Could have even signaled a fair catch.
So that ball right there. So we don't have video, so we have to describe this. So they go into the shotgun, and you hear of a quick kick where you have your quarterback just really quickly kick that, just try to get 15-yard difference. That ball went about 2 yards in the air, and then it rolled, and so Snow will take over at the 25-yard line. He kicked that from the line of scrimmage was the 30.
Right, so literally a 5-yard punt.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know if you'll see Iowa Western try that quick kick again this season.
I'll tell you who's pretty good at that is the Manti freshman team.
Oh, do they do that?
Mason
Starkweather.
Yeah. So the Badgers take over 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. We're down to 2 minutes, 32 seconds remaining in the first half. And coming up at halftime, we're going to take a break and try to reset all of our equipment. Badgers trying to go deep, got a man out there, Leggett, and thrown out of bounds.
A little bit too far. Gary mentions the Manti freshman team. His boy Jake Chittister with a big interception last week. Gary was on the road,
of course,
with the Snow College, but Jake, we love Jacob Chittister. He did a good job last week in a big win over the North Sanpete Hawks.
2nd down and 10 for the Badgers. That stops the clock at 2:27. So McGrath in the backfield. Who's back there with him? Seth Kalen.
Big hit.
Kalen, not much there. Wow. I tell you, this defense for the Reavers is very stout.
Zach Strickland came up with the hit there. Big hit on Kalen.
And maybe a gain of...
Yeah, a couple of yards. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 8. Yeah.
So 3rd and 8. Badgers go with trips wide to the right. McGrath taking his time. So Elijah Irvin, Taylor Larson, and Dawson Tanner. Back to pass is McGrath. Got a man on a crossing route. Caught by Leggett. Leggett still on his feet, and he's out to the 41-yard line. That's enough for a 1st down for the Badgers.
I was just going to say before they snapped that ball, with under 2 minutes left here, 0-0 score, Snow, this is a big play. If Snow can get a 1st down here, even if they don't go down and score, just to keep the ball out of the Reavers' hands so they can't go and score before halftime.
And the Badgers will get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
Twins stacked left and twins stacked to the right. Handoff goes to Kalen. Not much there again.
Nothing.
And big number 81, Jackson Filler. The defensive end, 6'3", 225 out of Des Moines, Iowa.
Absolutely nothing doing for the run game for the Badgers today. Badgers are going to call a timeout, looks like.
We're going to mention that this is a Utah Heritage Credit Union timeout, but we're going to keep it right here because we can't go to a commercial. We have no video. Okay. But this is a Utah Heritage Credit Union timeout. Utah Heritage Credit Union, your local credit union with offices in Moroni, Mount Pleasant, my favorite branch, the Ephraim Branch, and Gunnison. Proud to support Snow College. When you go in there, make sure you ask for the Snow College Voice of the Badger discount.
Is that the Gary Chittister discount? That's when we charge twice the interest rate that we normally would.
Why would you do that? Let's also check the Central Valley Medical Center scoreboard for you. If you're having chronic knee pain, have a worn-out knee, well, check the new ROSA knee robotic technology at Central Valley Medical Center. Call 435-623-3200. This is easy, 0-0.
There you go, yeah.
Are you checking some scores? Do we have any other scores?
Cougars just got a touchdown, went up 9-0, the PAT pending on Boise State. Kind of keeping up with that one. I got one of my sons up there at the game. He's top of the student section where he always sits, so away from everybody else, because that's Jaden for you. Him and his roommate, they don't need to get down right in the middle of everything, which is, well, I don't care, as long as he's at the game.
2nd and 9. Back to passes. McGrath goes deep down the sidelines. Got a man out there. Wow. Just a little bit underthrown, which gave the defender, Jaheim Jenkins, a chance to get a hand on it.
Man, that was perfect. And obviously we don't have video right now, so you can't see it on the replay, but that was perfect defensive back corner coverage there by Jenkins for the Reavers. Just stride for stride with Leggett down the sideline, and then makes a play on the ball right at the last second. He really had the best play on the ball.
And a pretty good pass, though.
Yeah, sure.
Nice tight spiral, nice. Just needed about another yard or 2 yards on the carry. So it's going to be 3rd and 9. Man in motion for the Badgers. McGrath back to pass, throws the deep out, got a man out there. That's Elijah Irvin. Get out of bounds, and he does. And that will be enough for a first down.
Yeah.
1:04 remaining, and the Badgers pick up a key first down.
Kind of a perfect play right there, really. Just a timing pattern where Jenkins just turns around right when the ball is delivered, Elijah Irvin, right when the ball was delivered, and then gets out of bounds to stop that clock with just over a minute left. Down to the 41-yard line, Snow. Trying to put the first points on the board here.
Seth Kalin in the backfield with McGrath. 2 wideouts to the left, 2 wideouts to the right. Man in motion. It's going to be the fly sweep. Trying to get to the corner. Not much there. Does not even get out of bounds. So the Badgers do have 2 timeouts remaining. Are they going to use one here? Down to 50 seconds. Still no call. Badgers are going to go without using a timeout. 2nd and 9. Trips wide to the right. McGrath takes the snap. Rolls to the right. Buys himself some time. Throws deep. And that ball looked like it dove on him.
Yeah, I think
he wanted his receiver to come back.
Yeah, and I think the receiver probably would have been open if he would have came back to that one. But, yeah, a little bit of a miscommunication between McGrath and his receiver.
So 3rd and 9 once again. Ball at the 40-yard line of Iowa Western. 36.8 seconds remaining here in the first half. No score as we check that Central Valley Medical Center scoreboard. From orthopedics to pediatrics, trust Central Valley Medical Center. 3rd and 9. 36 seconds remaining. McGrath back to pass, has time, now runs out of time. Pass is tipped as he threw it and falls incomplete. It'll be 4th and 9.
Yeah, that defensive lineman for the Reavers was able to get in on McGrath and just tip his arm right as he was about to let it go. So are they going to punt, or are we're going to try a big 57-yard field goal here?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I think Stockton Lund does have the leg.
Wow, 57 yards here. And if I'm Iowa Western, I put somebody back to return this.
Yep,
but they haven't. They're not putting anybody back. So
this could be a big play here in this game. Taylor Larson will hold for Stockton Lund, who will kick a 57-yard field goal attempt. The kick is up. The kick.
Get it?
No.
Oh, just outside. It looked good from here, Gary. It had the distance. It was just a little bit outside of those goal posts. Darn it.
So the Badgers turn it over on the missed field goal. That's a lot of confidence in your field goal kicker right there.
Yeah, well, and you can see why. I mean, it definitely had the distance from 57 yards there. So with 26 seconds, though, the Reavers have the ball 60 yards from the other end zone. So how many timeouts do they have left?
26.4, they have one timeout. And it looks like they're going to be content to take a knee here. They're in that victory formation. Glantz is going to take the knee, and they're going to say, let's go in the locker room. And
Yeah, that surprises
okay.
me. I would think with his kind of arm, I would think throw that thing up along the sideline. Maybe you get something. Maybe you get a PI that moves it a little bit, but they decide not to. Obviously, I don't think they've got the field goal kicker because they passed on that earlier in the half from a long field goal like Snow just tried. So, yeah, 0-0.
No score here at the end of the first half, and we will be back with some halftime for you in a while. We're going to try to reset our equipment, see if we can get the broadcast back up and going. Video back on the stream, hopefully, and let Doug know that we're back, and we'll get the radio back up and running. It's halftime. No score at Terry Foote Stadium.
Yeah, a couple of teams that are averaging more than 50 points per game or so. I don't know exactly, but a couple of teams that put up a ton of offensive yards and points, Gary, and nothing here.
So the Snow College Badgers, let's run down the possession chart, and then we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have Brad James, the stats master, run down some stats for you. The Badgers started the game with really good field position. They started at the Iowa Western 37, then their own 32, then the Iowa Western 48. And Iowa Western was starting deep in their own territory. They started at their own 25, their own 28, their own 29, their own 8. And it looked like Snow was going to get good field position again, and a great punt pushed them all the way back to their own, about the 11-yard line.
Yeah.
And then the Badgers fumbled, gave good field position to Iowa Western, but neither team has been able to capitalize on these good opportunities.
Yeah, right.
And I credit the defense.
Sure, absolutely. The defenses have done a good job. The Reavers turned the ball over, or got the Badgers to turn them over one time. And yeah, just both of these defenses doing a great job. The defensive line doing a great job for both teams, and defensive backs. Really some good secondary coverage for both teams.
So not a lot to go over with scoring summary, as it's 0-0 as we check the Central Valley Medical Center scoreboard. So nobody as of yet able to get into that Mountain America Credit Union end zone. Mountain America Credit Union guiding you forward with affordable financial services and expert advice. Details at macu.com. We're going to take this opportunity for a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back with halftime stats from the Stats Master, Brad James, and we'll have that for you right after this.
Little Caesars of Ephraim and Nephi have expanded to a third location in Gunnison, inside Gunnison Sinclair. Hours Monday to Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Come enjoy classics like crazy bread, cheese, pepperoni, and 3 meat treat pizzas. Little Caesars also offers wings, dip, soda, and an awesome family meal deal, including 2 liters of soda, pepperoni or cheese pizza, and a crazy combo for just $9.99. Come enjoy one of the best deals in America. Little Caesars, Ephraim, Nephi, and Gunnison.
Why do people everywhere love My Style checking?
It has rewards you'll flip for.
I love my travel rebates!
With My Style, the spotlight's always on me.
We can send money with Zelle. Good boy.
For me, it's instant issue debit card.
Find out why people everywhere love My Style checking from Mountain America at macu.com.
Are you looking for a TV experience that you'll love? Then listen up. Mantitel has partnered with Philo to bring you over 50 channels of live and on-demand TV. Stream your favorite shows from networks like Hallmark, Discovery, Nickelodeon, and more. The best part is Philo gives you over 50 channels with unlimited recording on all of your devices, so you can watch what you want, when you want, for only $20 a month. To sign up, go to go.philo.com/mtcc. That's go.philo.com/mtcc. Mantitel, connecting your life since 1907.
This is Nate Johnson of Risk Managers Insurance Agency in Ephraim. It is surprising how many people do not have any life insurance or adequate coverage today. If you were to suddenly die, would your family have enough money for your funeral and to pay off any debt you may have, or funds to live on with your income no longer available to care for your family? You may be surprised at how low life insurance rates are. Let me sit down with you and discuss how life insurance can benefit you and your family. Call us at Risk Managers in Ephraim, 283-4685.
Live Snow College sports action on Centricom Channel 10, the ScenicWestNetwork.com, and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
And welcome back in Ephraim. Greg Sterner and Brad James now joining us. At halftime, Snow College 0, Iowa Western 0. So a defensive battle so far today, Brad. Not as many stats as we've had at halftime of some of these games, especially for the Snow College Badgers. But let's go over some of those stats, if you will, Brad.
We have net yards. The net yards is sufficient, 147 net yards. That was your question, but 147 net yards and 87 yards Badgers and 60 for Iowa Western.
Oh, so 847 total for both teams?
147
Holy
net
cow.
yards.
Wow.
87 Badgers and 60 for the Reavers and 5 first downs apiece. The running game is hard pressed for either team at this stage. 18 carries, 25 yards, the Reavers, and 17 for 19 for the Badgers.
Wow.
So, yeah, the running game having a hard time. Badgers have amassed 68 passing yards of the 87 yards that they have, and 35 Reavers passing yards. And the punting average 4 for 44 for Brody Taylor. We don't know much about him, but we're learning more about him today.
Yeah, he hasn't had to punt. He's been about the I say this jokingly, but he's not earning his scholarship this year because he never has to go out on the field and do anything. But today he is.
Yep, got the full ride coming back there, and individually, Targi Lamson's 27 yards and just 8 is his longest carry. Taylor Larson has 3 receptions and 17. Caden Leggett 2 receptions, 23 yards Badgers, and for the Reavers, it is this Sargbaugh, 8 carries and 48 yards. That's 6 yards a carry for the Reavers star tailback, Milton Sargbaugh. And Michael Love, 2 receptions, 15 yards. He has the most receptions for the Reavers on this afternoon. And we can take you around college football if you want to.
Sure, Brad. If you got that there, you bet. I got my Cougars. Cougars are up 10-0 on Boise, but that's the only one I got for you.
We have the Red River rivalry.
Oh, yeah.
So Texas is horns down. Oklahoma comes back and surprises Texas.
Oh, wow.
A 55-48 win for the Oklahoma Sooners, 6th-ranked Sooners against the 21st-ranked Longhorns of Texas.
That surprised me. Texas came out hot in that one, went up 14-0 in about the first 2 minutes, so that's surprising.
Yep. Yeah. Oklahoma comes back and surprises Texas, and you have Navy against Southern Methodist. Navy and Southern Methodist 7-7. Virginia 13-10 over Louisville. And not much going on. Georgia Auburn tied 3-3.
Is that pretty early? That must be pretty early because I expect Georgia to kind of take it to Auburn, but we'll see.
Yep, 2:55 left in the opening quarter.
Okay.
And Wake Forest, number 19, and it's Syracuse surprising Wake Forest 7-3.
Okay.
That Navy game against SMU, it's just the second quarter underway at the Naval Academy. And North Carolina 10-0 over the Florida State Seminoles, and Massachusetts and Connecticut are 7-7.
All right. Well, thanks for the stats, Brad. We appreciate that. We'll take it to another break. We'll come back right after this in just a couple of minutes.
I'm a mom raising 4 kids, so I know what you're dealing with. Distractions during homework time, faces buried in devices at dinner, not to mention the tug of war to pry devices away from my kids when it's time to go to bed. So I looked everywhere to find a system that could help me with everything I need. A system I can trust. And I found it. It's called CentraGuard by Centracom. You can get started with taking back the internet by visiting Centracom.com right now. CentraGuard. Better family internet.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
My name is Dr. Joel Holman. I'm an orthopedic surgeon here at Central Valley Medical Center, specializing in general orthopedics, which includes sports injuries, total joint replacements, shoulder, hip, and knee. And I'm the only hand surgeon from Provo to St. George. One of the things that I like is that I'm able to take care of people that I've known for most of my life in this area, which I have a fondness for. We treat all orthopedic extremity conditions here at Central Valley Medical Center. We've got a great team, clinic staff, hospital staff, operating crew, and physical therapy services.
Little Caesars of Ephraim and Nephi have expanded to a third location in Gunnison, inside Gunnison Sinclair. Hours Monday to Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Come enjoy classics like crazy bread, cheese, pepperoni, and 3 meat treat pizzas. Little Caesars also offers wings, dip, soda, and an awesome family meal deal, including 2 liters of soda, pepperoni or cheese pizza, and a crazy combo for just $9.99. Come enjoy one of the best deals in America. Little Caesars, Ephraim, Nephi, and Gunnison.
Live Snow College sports action on Centricom Channel 10, the ScenicWestNetwork.com, and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
And welcome back to the halftime show. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you. I'm trying to see if we've got some other scores. One of the things that's kind of nice when the Badgers play their normal night games, and we're the furthest team west, is you can go and check on all the other scores. And now where we're playing a 1 o'clock game, I'm quickly scrolling through here, and looks like Butler defeating Highland right now 41-7 as we look at other NJCAA scores. Fort Scott at halftime leads RPA. That's a team that the Badgers will play later on this season. In fact, I think they wrap up the regular season against RPA. November 13th, we have RPA out of Texas here. That'll be the last game of the regular season.
We get Lackawanna. Don't we get Lackawanna like the week before that?
Yes.
Or, okay. Yeah, because that's another team that's ranked, if I remember right, in that
they're
top
ranked
15.
15th. Yeah. Independence leads Hutchinson. Actually, that's a final. Independence beats Hutchinson 33-28. And that looks like that's all the NJCAA scores that we've got. Or did I mention Butler?
Yep, you got that one.
Highland 41. That is everything, it looks like, scrolling through there. So that's one of the things that we normally get that we don't have. Checking some other scores of interest in Utah. Dixie State is tied 0-0 with Montana Grizzlies. That at 4:59 in the second period.
They're playing Montana? Dixie State's playing Montana, and they're at 0-0. Wow, good for Dixie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Montana's a good team. Montana, if I remember right, Brad, didn't they beat Washington? I think Montana beat Washington, the Washington Huskies, early this year. Yeah, so if Dixie can hold tight with them, good for them.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So the Badgers playing at home for the only time in the month of October. The rest of the games will be played on the road. They've already played at Georgia Military on October 2nd. This coming Saturday, a week from today, they will be at ASA Miami. And we're not sure what's going to happen broadcast-wise with that. It has been very frustrating to try to get in touch with anyone that will give me any information from ASA Miami. They used to play at Ted Hendricks Field. It looks like this year the first 2 games that they've played at home has been at a different field, but they don't even list where Snow College is going to be playing, so I don't know who to contact with that. It's not their own field. They use a community field. So I've been trying to find that out.
So Gary's doing everything he can to get to get to where, Gary? Where is this game? Oh, Miami, Florida. Okay.
Yeah.
So if this game was in northern Montana, would you be working as hard? That's the question.
Yes, I would.
Oh, okay. All right. Montana is beautiful. That's right.
And Snow plays at Kilgore on Saturday, October 23rd. Still not sure if we're going to have an October 30th game. That was scheduled to be at Community Christian in Redlands, California, but because that game was canceled when they were supposed to come here, they're telling us they will have a team, and our coaches are saying, good, then you come here.
Yeah, hey, sure, I don't blame them.
See.
Yeah, so do you think Snow will go there?
No.
Any chance? No chance. So
No.
they'll either come here or there will be no game.
Exactly.
Okay, all right.
And then November 6th, we play Lackawanna Community College here at Terry Foote Stadium. And then on the 13th, we play RPA here at Terry Foote Stadium as well.
All right. Well, we get some good games in. That's fun. Beautiful day here. Snow College. It's kind of a rare day game. It used to be it was always day games for Snow College up till about 3-4 years ago or so, right?
Yep.
5 years ago?
4 or 5 years ago, and then they went to the night games, and very rare that we have an afternoon game. But Iowa Western wanted to have a chance to play and then get on the road to head back to Council Bluffs and get home. The same thing is going to happen with the Lackawanna game on November 6th. Of course, on November 6th, it's going to be a lot colder, and it'll be nice to have an afternoon game.
That's
I
true.
would think. That's
true. Having the sun up will be nice that game. But says the two guys that get to sit in the booth and stay nice and warm. Get a little pizza at halftime, a cookie before the game. They treat us pretty good here at Snow College.
They do. All right, we're going to take our final time out here on the halftime show, and when we come back, we'll have the second half kickoff for you. The Badgers will receive the second half kickoff. We have no score at Terry Foote Stadium. The number 1 Snow College Badgers and the number 4 Iowa Western Reavers. 0-0. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
I'm a mom raising 4 kids, so I know what you're dealing with. Distractions during homework time, faces buried in devices at dinner, not to mention the tug of war to pry devices away from my kids when it's time to go to bed. So I looked everywhere to find a system that could help me with everything I need. A system I can trust. And I found it. It's called CentraGuard by Centracom. You can get started with taking back the internet by visiting Centracom.com right now. CentraGuard. Better family internet.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
I'm Dr. Chris Karish, orthopedic surgeon with a subspecialty in sports medicine. Central Valley Medical Center has state-of-the-art operating rooms and the latest orthopedic equipment to provide me with the tools to perform safe and minimally invasive procedures. I've had the opportunity to treat athletes from my own sons to the NFL. I provide a wide variety of treatments to get you back on your feet and enjoying your life. Come see us here at Central Valley Medical Center, where we can treat you as a friend and not a medical record number.
Little Caesars of Ephraim and Nephi have expanded to a 3rd location in Gunnison, inside Gunnison Sinclair. Hours Monday to Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Come enjoy classics like crazy bread, cheese, pepperoni, and 3 meat treat pizzas. Little Caesars also offers wings, dip, soda, and an awesome family meal deal, including 2 liters of soda, pepperoni or cheese pizza, and a crazy combo for just $9.99. Come enjoy one of the best deals in America. Little Caesars, Ephraim, Nephi, and Gunnison.
Live Snow College sports action on Centracom Channel 10, the ScenicWestNetwork.com, and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back to the start of the second half at Terry Foote Stadium. Gary Chedister, Greg Sterner, and the Stats Master Brad James with you. A reminder that coming up at the end of the game, we'll have the Little Caesars Player of the Game. For Fresh Pizza Fast, make a pit stop at Little Caesars in Nephi, Ephraim, and also in Gunnison. We'll also have the Sanpete Steel Man of the Game. The Sanpete Steel Man of the Game is given to a player who makes a tough, gritty play that changes the momentum of the game, and I think that is still open for anybody here because we are at no score to start the second half.
You go get one touchdown, and you might win that Steel Man of the Game for us, folks. Yep, I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see what changes the Badgers make here in the second half. I talked about it in the first half, and I think you got to get those passes out quick against this Reaver defensive line. They're right on top of McGrath in the backfield, and he's just got to get those balls out quick. Nice little precision routes, move the ball down the field, and maybe take some shots down deep. We had Nate Johnson come in, who runs the clock here at Badger Stadium. He calls games with you sometimes, and that's what he said. You got to take the chances downfield.
Ball is fielded by Taylor Larson. Larson with a big hole. Larson in a foot race. Larson needs a block. He doesn't get it, but he's all the way into Reaver territory at the 38-yard line.
Hey, Steel Man of the Game right there. Taylor Larson gets it down to the inside the 40.
This is a high-end over-end kick, and Taylor Larson is telling him, I've got it. Sione Malisi back there with him. And the middle of the field just opened up like the parting of the Red Sea, and he is able to return it into Reaver territory.
Yeah, what a return, Taylor Larson. Now if you're Snow, let's go. So Sweeten's in here at quarterback. He's taking the place at quarterback, maybe for his legs. You might see him run the ball a little bit. He's got some wheels. Let's see what they do here.
1st and 10 for Snow College. Handoff goes to Seth Kalin. Nope, Sweeten kept it. I think Kalin might have had a little more opening, but Sweeten keeps it, picks up about 3 yards as he gets to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, right as we said, he's got Sweeten's the better runner, probably of the two quarterbacks. So we'll see if he's able to run the ball here, if the line's able to open some holes for him, or if they do that run-pass option and give it to the running back.
2 wideouts right, 2 wideouts left. Pass is going to be out on the wing, and that's Leggett who slid down and came up with the reception, and that's going to be enough for the first down, should be. They're holding the chains. I don't know why. Make sure there's not a penalty or something.
Yeah, the skies are opening up here in Ephraim. Here, the rain is coming right now. But a nice catch by Leggett to come back to get that one in his hands because it was a little bit behind him.
All right, I'm talking to my producer now. Jacob, keep the equipment protected, please, at all costs. Play action. Sweeten tries to keep it, get to the outside. Not much there. In fact, he's going to lose a yard.
Yeah, and that's that number 81 again that you mentioned in the first half for Iowa Western, a big hitter from his defensive end position, and there's just not a lot of room that time for Sweeten, or even if he would have handed it off, given it off in that option to the running back, there wouldn't have been much room.
That's going to be a loss of a yard back to the 29-yard line, 2nd and 11. Sweeten taking his time here. Twin stack to the right, twin stack to the left. Seth Kalin in the backfield. Snap is good. Handoff to Kalin. Not much there. Defensively coming up and making the play is Jacob Ellis.
Oh, a little bit extra going right there. Somebody, one of the Reaver defenders threw it looked like a punch. It knocked off the helmet of a Badger player. If you're the Badgers, you want to step away from that, take that 15 yards or half the distance to the goal that you're going to get. Really a huge blessing for the Badgers right here. You hear the fans get excited about it. The players on the sideline, you bet.
And you're right, the heavens have opened up. It is raining good. We need it, but why does it have to happen right now?
Maybe in 2 hours we need it.
Taking a long time to decide what's going on here, but there it is, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Reavers. And that'll be half the distance to the goal, and another first down. And the ball inside the 12-yard line. This is the deepest the Badgers have been here.
That's right.
And they need to get.
Yeah, Badgers got to capitalize here.
Get
That's
it in
just
the end
probably
zone.
what you were just going to say there, Gary.
Yep.
Yeah, and the Badger sideline, they're pumped right there. And the Reavers coaches were kind of ticked at that player. And it's that number 50, and I hate to call out negative for a kid, but I'm going to say it because he's been so good for them today. Quintrell Travis, so many tackles, but he had to come out here.
Play action again. No.
Ball's on the ground.
Sweeten dropped it. It's going to be recovered.
Ooh.
And coming in to make the tackle was Seth Kalin as Sweeten lost the ball. And the Reavers come up with the loose ball and return it out to the 26-yard line.
Iowa Western gets 6 if Seth Kalin doesn't trip up that defender right here. Watch this replay. Seth Kalin just dives in there. There's 2 blockers out there, and Seth Kalin dives in and takes out the shoestrings. So, a big play for the Badgers to not give up 6. But, man, it's frustrating that you could have maybe got some points here.
Would have at least had 3,
right.
You would think.
Yep.
So a big turnover. The Badgers turn it over deep in the red zone. And now the Reavers get their first possession of the second half.
You don't know if that ball's maybe a little slippery. Of course it's slippery. It's raining cats and dogs out here right now. That's painful if you're Sweeten.
Shotgun formation for Glantz. Glantz taking a long time here. 2 wideouts to the right, 2 wideouts to the left. They're both in close. Handoff goes to the running back, Milton Sarbaugh.
Nothing doing. Badger defense being stout like they have been all day. I mentioned in that last broadcast I did with you 2 games ago against McDougal, the Snow College Badgers, their defense, they hit you. They're vicious when they hit. They want to take, I say this as nicely as possible, they want to take your head off. They want to hit you and pile drive you into the ground, and you're seeing that on that last play and all day today.
I think there was a fumble, and Sterling Porcher came up with it. Back to passes glance, looks out in the flats. It's going to be a wobbly pass. If he would have thrown that accurately, it would have been picked off, and Khalil Lewis might have had 6.
Yeah.
It wobbled and carried over the head of Khalil.
Yeah, that's right. Khalil Lewis had a good look at it, but just a wobbly ball, tough to catch. So it's going to be 3rd and about 8 here.
3rd and 8 is the correct call. 2 wide out, split wide to the left, 2 wide out to the right. In the backfield is Sarbaugh. Back to passes glance. Got the slant route, and that's going to be short of the first down. They do not get the first down. It's going to be 4th.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that spot is big for Snow College. You hear that up here in the booth with us right now.
Well, the guy that's closest to it is not spotting it. They're getting a very generous spot on the far sideline. And it might not be short.
Yeah, they're going to have to.
They are going to have to measure
this.
it.
It looks like if we can watch that replay again, Jake. I'd like to see where they get it, because from our angle, we have about the best angle you could have on this video to see where he went down. So we'll watch this. Nope, that's
the wrong one.
That's an earlier play. Yeah.
See if you can find it. Oh.
So they are going to say 4th down, and the Reavers are going to line
4th.
up here, and they're going to punt.
Are they?
Oh, maybe they're bringing in a jumbo package here.
I think they're coming jumbo.
Yep, they are.
And they're going to try to hurry.
They brought in that number 50 who's been playing a defensive line. He's out at a tight end position on the left.
And somebody moved. Did the defense move first, or did the offense? This is going to be close.
I think they're going to say that's on the offense. It's got to be.
No, they're saying that Snow moved into the neutral zone. They're going to call this on Snow.
Ooh, both sidelines are cheering like it's to their benefit.
This could really change the momentum of this whole thing. Right here with one call. Because Iowa Western, if they get the first down here, that's going to keep their momentum going. If they don't, they're going to be forced to punt.
Yeah, and huge momentum switched over to the Badgers. What you're hearing here up here in the booth while they talk, I'll explain this. The Iowa Western subbed very late, and the officials have to come back to it. They'll say it's offsides on the Badgers here. That's tough. But what I'm getting at is Iowa Western subbed very late. If the offense subs, you have to let the defense substitute. And so that official should have ran in there and stopped them from snapping the ball quick to see if Snow College wanted to substitute, and they didn't do that.
So an automatic first down here on the offsides call against the Badgers. And we still have rain coming down, don't we?
Yeah, it's coming down hard right now in Ephraim.
So shotgun formation, empty backfield for Glantz. Glantz with 3 wideouts to the left, 2 to the right. Back to pass, throws the quick slant. Got a man open, still on his feet, stumbles and falls. But he gets into Badger territory at the 41-yard line, another first down.
Iowa Western's doing what I've talked about Snow trying to do here. Quick little passes over the middle, and it's worked a couple of times here for him.
Iowa Western going to run quickly here. Again, empty backfield, 3 wideouts to the left, 2 to the right. Glantz stands in the pocket, has a lot of time, now wants to throw. Got a man wide open, finding an opening. This could be the first score. It is. Coming up with the touchdown is number 11, Caden Wedgen.
Yeah, Glantz just sits back there, just lets things develop, stays in the pocket, rolls out left, lets his receivers just keep running. Hits his man, gets it into the end zone. First points of the day. Snow's going to have to answer here.
At the 10:45 mark, a 41-yard touchdown pass from Glantz to Wedgen. Extra point coming up. The extra point coming from number 29, Noah Sauerbrand. And yes, it is raining hard at Terry Foote Stadium. We only had a 20% chance for rain when I checked it last.
Oh, is that right?
We're getting a lot of 20%.
Yeah, that's right, Gary.
We're getting 100% of the 20%.
Yeah. Oh, bobbled.
Snap is bobbled. Passing high into the end zone, tipped and knocked away, so the two-point conversion is no good. And the lead is 6-0 for Iowa Western. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this timeout.
I'm a mom raising 4 kids, so I know what you're dealing with. Distractions during homework time, faces buried in devices at dinner, not to mention the tug of war to pry devices away from my kids when it's time to go to bed. So I looked everywhere to find a system that could help me with everything I need. A system I can trust. And I found it. It's called CentraGuard by Centracom. You can get started with taking back the internet by visiting Centracom.com right now. CentraGuard. Better family internet.
Live Snow College sports action on Centracom Channel 10, the ScenicWestNetwork.com, and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business.
Welcome back to Terry Foote Stadium. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you as the Reavers have gone on top.
Short little kick here.
Fair catch signaled for, and the Badgers take it.
Yeah, that right there. So short little kick. If you watch this replay, the Badger guy goes and catches that, and the Reaver kickoff team runs into the up man, and after he catches it, similar to that play on that punt earlier, where the Badgers got a 15-yard penalty. But anyway, so Iowa Western had a little bit of an article that they wrote up about this game. They were frustrated last year that they missed an extra point and then lost by 1 point.
I see where you're going. I see where you're going.
Is that a little foreshadowing, Gary? We'll see. I
hope so.
We will see. 6-0 Reavers with the lead.
Badgers have the ball at their own 42-yard line, 1st and 10. Hand off to Kalen. Kalen hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a gain of 2. And the Badger offensive line is really struggling against this defensive line of the Reavers.
Yep. That's just calling it like you see it, Gary. They need to step up here these last 2 quarters.
So the Badgers going to go with Seth Kalen. I don't know if Targi Lamson has been injured or they've just decided to go a different direction here. But now they've got, I believe it might have been Carson Mnookin and Seth Kalen in the backfield. And the handoff does go to.
Hold up.
No.
Yep.
Is that Mnookin?
Yep. Down to the 45-yard line. I was speaking under my breath. You had a little bit of extracurricular going there with Tavita Noah and one of the Reaver defenders, and just don't want that 15-yard penalty. You got good field position here. Go capitalize on a 3rd down and 7 here. Move the sticks, get into the Reaver territory.
3rd and 7. A long 7, short 8. Ball right at the 45-yard line. Back to passes McGrath. Goes a crossing route. And there's a late flag that came in.
Jeez.
Elijah Irvin looked like he had a good shot at the ball, and he was spun around. As we watch the replay here.
Badger quarterbacks, whether it's McGrath or Sweeten, they're just running for their lives back there all day today and just throwing it out to whoever they can. And Snow kind of gets bailed out a little bit here with a PI call. Not an incorrect call or anything, but they get bailed out and move the ball down to the Reaver 45.
So the Badgers back into Reaver territory here and trying to keep this drive alive. Mnookin and Kalen in the backfield on either side of McGrath, who's back in at quarterback. 2 wideouts, 1 right, 1 left. McGrath play action, under pressure, throws deep, and it's going to be picked off. It was way short. And returning it out to the 30-yard line. There's a block in the back. Thank you. Right in front of one official that doesn't call it. And staying on his feet and making a good return.
Yeah, it's going to come back. But
is number 25, Legend Doggett.
Yeah, that's going to come back probably closer to about the 20-yard line from where that penalty was, the block in the back. But, yeah, miscommunication on the outside again by McGrath and the receiver. McGrath's expecting his receiver to come back to that ball, and he's laying it where the receiver would have been if he would have turned around or came back to that. And the receiver's just going on a sideline route, on a streak, and just a miscommunication, turnover back to the Reavers.
Actually, 2 flags on the play, 3 flags on the play.
Oh, yeah, there's those couple over there as well.
All of them at the 30-yard line. Personal foul, blindside block is the call against the Reavers. So that'll be back to the 15-yard line, I believe.
Yeah, 15-yard penalty takes it back to the 15. But, you know, you mentioned it in the halftime. I don't think it was on the halftime show. I think it was just when you and I were talking, Gary. But defense might have to get a score here. Defense might have to make something happen here. Keontae Scott or Khalil Lewis out there. We've seen in some other games, you've seen Austin Francis with a couple of interceptions, playing center field, safety position. So we'll see if Snow College defense is able to do something here. Gave up 6 points on that last drive. Let's see if they can change things.
So lone man in the backfield is Sarbaugh with Glantz, the quarterback. Play clock is not running. Why? Officials talking things over here.
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to decide where that ball should be placed. It was at the 30, so whether it's half the distance to the goal or 15, it's either way, it's going to be at the 15. So.
Yeah. Now we're ready to go. 2 wideouts split wide to the left, 2 wideouts wide to the right for Glantz, the quarterback. Glantz, 1 step back, throws the out, got a man open. Pass is going to be caught and immediately taken down.
Oh, yeah, incomplete.
Oh, he dropped it.
He dropped that after that big hit by Khalil Lewis.
Roscoe Parrish was the intended receiver. So it'll be 2nd and 10.
I haven't been able to keep up with recruiting. We talked about Keontae Scott's recruiting this year. I don't know Khalil Lewis's as well. I don't know who he's been offered by, but, man, he's looked good today against a quality opponent.
This is the most minutes I've seen him play.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's played a lot of special teams.
Yeah, if you're a 4-year college and you're looking for a defensive back, he's looking good today.
2nd down and 10. Back to passes Glantz. Glantz has time, throws deep. Way over the head of the intended receiver, incomplete.
So Keontae Scott came out right there. He kind of hobbled out, and they replaced a different cornerback on the other side, and the Reavers recognized that and tried to toss it over the top. But good defense, a little bit too long on that pass.
They did give some safety help on that side, which was good because the corner had been beat a little bit.
And I'm trying to see who that corner is over there. Man, when it rains, it's hard to see those jersey numbers. I'm trying.
I apologize for the
28, I think.
The post that's in the way here, but we had to cover our equipment. We're outside, and that's why you see that post right in that horrible spot. 4 wideouts wide to the left, empty backfield for Glantz.
That blitz.
Under some pressure, rolls out, wants to throws, almost picked off, but it's knocked down, incomplete, and it'll be a punting situation.
Just a little bit too high for the Badger defender. Best position, though, to knock that down. Now let's see if Taylor Larson can get a clean look at a punt return here.
Does it surprise you at all? The last time they had the ball and Sarbaugh was so good, and then they come out here and they ran 3 straight pass plays.
Yeah, I'd run that, especially when you're down on your own 15-yard line. But it was Jackson Smith, I think they credited with that pass breakup for the Badgers.
Snap is high but controlled, and the left-footed punt is away. Not a very good punt.
Oh, stay away, buddy.
Short kick. And it's going to be fielded. Flag is going to be thrown now.
So I don't know if they didn't give him room to catch that, because Taylor Larson called the fair catch, ran up to try and catch it, and then decided, no, better get out of the way here. I can't get here. But I think one of the Reavers may have ran into him. We'll see on that replay when we see it.
That is going to be the call. Good eyes, Greg.
Hey.
So the Badgers are going to have great field position here. Can they make it pay off? The offense has really struggled, because they've had good field position. They've had it at the Iowa Western 37, at the Iowa Western 48, at the Iowa Western 39, and now it's going to be at the Iowa Western 23. 3-yard line. 23, 24. Where's he going to put it down?
They've had excellent field position today, Gary. That's no kidding. You're not kidding. And to have 0 points is a testament to that Iowa Western defense.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm wondering. You mentioned about Targi Lampson if he's hurt, because he hasn't been in after those first few, and I've seen him down here on the sideline walking around. So I don't know what's going on there, but I'd sure like to see him establish a running game here in the second half.
McGrath takes the snap, hands it off to Kalen. Here's the reverse, and now the pitch back to McGrath. McGrath has a man wide open.
There we go.
Touchdown, Snow College. From the 23-yard line, a little razzle-dazzle, and the Badgers end up getting points on the board.
So I'll tell you, that's a play BYU ran earlier this year against Arizona State and got a touchdown. And what's funny, Arizona State played last night, copied that play. Exact same play that they were beat by BYU on earlier this year. And Snow College pulls it out here. A little reverse, turns into a flea flicker, turns into a wide open receiver in the end zone.
Who was it on the catch?
I think it was Tavita Noah, wasn't it? I'm not 100%.
Okay.
Brad James might get that, or if we can see that replay after the PAT kick, because this PAT kick here is huge.
It is huge. Taylor Larson to hold for Stockton Lund. The extra point is up. The extra point is good. Now we're going to see the replay, and it is Tavita Noah.
Hey.
And the Badgers have taken the lead 7-6. We'll take this opportunity for a timeout. Back with the kickoff after this.
Why do people everywhere love My Style checking?
It has rewards you'll flip for.
I love my travel rebates!
With my style, the spotlight's always on me.
We can send money with Zelle. Good boy.
For me, it's instant issue debit card.
Find out why people everywhere love My Style checking from Mountain America at macu.com.
Live Snow College sports action on Centricom Channel 10, the ScenicWestNetwork.com, and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back to Terry Foote Stadium. Gary Chedester, Greg Sterner, and the Statsmaster Brad James, as the Badgers have taken their first lead of the game on a flea flicker reverse McGrath to Tavita Noah. And the point after is good, and the Badgers lead at 7-6 as we check the Central Valley Medical Center scoreboard. The Badgers finally get into that Mountain America Credit Union end zone. High end-over-end kick, retreating and making the catch inside the 10. Trying to set up the return on the right side, not much there, and the Badgers are there to stop it at the 18-yard line.
Yes, excellent kick return coverage there by the Badgers. Pinning those ears back, getting back, staying in your lanes, taking down that Reaver returner.
So the Reavers will start deep in their own territory. Inside the 20, they marked it at the 18-yard line. Again in the backfield is going to be Sarbaugh. And we'll see if they go back to him. They were successful with him early in the second half, and then they kind of gave up on him. Two wideouts to the left, no one to the right. Two tight ends on the left side of the formation. Hand off to Sarbaugh. Sarbaugh hit as he comes through the line. He's going to pick up about 3, maybe 4. Give him 4 as he's out to the 22.
Yeah, not a bad run on first down there. You're okay if you're Snow College as well.
And correction, it's not Sarbaugh, it's Moses Bryant who's back in.
We'll see if they do that, just like you talked about there, Gary, if they just keep trying to pound it on the Badgers up the middle like they had success on a couple drives ago.
So Moses Bryant now at the running back position. And again, they switch those two tight ends over to the right side of the formation now for Glantz. Glantz with two wideouts to the left. Bryant in the backfield. 2nd down and 6. Long snap count. 2 seconds on the play clock. They snap it. Ball is loose on the ground, and Glantz comes up with it.
Yeah, two guys just ran into each other. Oh, and then you get that flag coming in late. Jeez, that's frustrating. Let's watch that replay. Just two guys going at each other, and oh my goodness, that's right as the whistle's being blown. If you're
and the Badgers played great defense and stopped it, and then they get a personal foul to give an automatic first down here.
Yeah.
You've got to be disciplined in games like this. You've got to be disciplined in games like this.
Yeah, that's one of those plays right there. As you saw in the replay, that's an offensive player engaged with a defensive player, and right after the whistle, the defensive player throws the offensive player to the ground. If that offensive blocker, that big tight end number 87, if he doesn't go to the ground, there's no flag thrown there. So good job by him. Got his team 15 yards.
Big first down out to the 34-yard line for Glantz. Glantz turns around and talks to Bryant. Takes the snap, back to pass, looks to the right. Has time, now rolls out further to the right, throws back across his body, and he's got a man open. Pass is going to be caught by Ryan Flournoy.
Yeah, just all day. You can't blame a defensive back for that. The defensive line, and looks like they brought one linebacker that kind of came in, fought Moe, and then he dropped back, but no pressure.
Hand off to Bryant. Nope. Glantz keeps it. Runs out to the right, gets into Badger territory. A gain of, looks like close to 3 yards. Coach Zach Erickson trying to plead his case with one of the line judges.
I think he's talking about the fact that if the Reavers sub, you've got to give time for the Badgers to sub. And that last time they went so quick after they had subbed.
2nd down and 7. Glantz at quarterback. Bryant in the backfield with him, Moses Bryant. Play action.
There we
go. And Glantz is under pressure, and he does not go down. Now he does, and look at the generous spot. Are they going to give this to the...
It better not be where they're... Yeah, he fought out of that. If he would have went down right there, let's see where they're going to mark this.
If they mark it where he is standing.
Where that side judge is, that's a good 5 yards up.
Oh,
geez, that's a 2 more yards on top of that. How are they marking it right there?
Horrible. Horrible.
How are they marking it right there?
He was hit at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, he broke free.
There we go. Finally.
Okay.
Oh,
all
my
right.
goodness.
Yeah, I don't know what that other official was doing up there. All right. Sorry.
Third down.
We don't want to sound like complainers here, but look, that's a 7-yard difference right there.
It really is. And now we're going to have a timeout. Who's taking the timeout?
Like maybe an injured player or equipment for the Reavers coming out. One of their offensive linemen.
Big offensive lineman Sterling Porsche comes out. 6'3", 300. So a big 3rd down here for the Badger defense to try to hold, and the Iowa Reavers trying to convert here. 3 wide out, split wide to the left, a single wide out to the right. In the backfield was Caden Wedgen. Now he comes out. 4 wide outs, split wide to the left. Back to passes Glantz. Glantz throws, got a man out there. Pass is caught, and that's enough for the 1st down, and it's going to be Moore with the face mask.
Yeah, face mask as well.
Oh, my goodness.
You had a safety blitz that time, and Glantz just saw where that safety was coming from and dropped it right in where Khalil Lewis came from his safety position.
Glantz he is so composed back there.
Yeah, right.
He's taken a couple of sacks, but I tell you what, he just stands in the pocket, and he's able to pick the Badgers apart.
Yeah, that's going to move it all the way down to about the 21-yard line with that face mask.
Whoa.
So a big drive. Oh, sorry. That's going even.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Went to the wrong
hash.
Yeah.
So at the 22-yard line after the 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line for the Reavers. Glantz at quarterback, moving the Reavers all the way from their own 18-yard line. Moves Wedgen into the slot. Back to passes Glantz. Glantz throws to the end zone. Got a man out there. That looked like pass interference, and they don't call it.
Touchdown.
The offensive player pushed off to make the catch. But it's a touchdown into the Mountain America Credit Union end zone. Watch this again. Receiver, 2-hand shove in the back, and makes the catch on the back shoulder.
Excellent body control by the receiver, though, to go up and get that for the Reavers. Yeah, gives the lead back to the Reavers. 12-7 now, 5:18 left in the 3rd.
So what did I say, 22-yard? Was that at the 22-yard
22,
line?
correct. Uh-huh. So I bet you're going to see him go for 2 here.
Yeah, I think you're right. Single extra point doesn't do much good for you.
Yeah.
So a big 2-point conversion coming up here for the Reavers. So Glantz with his 2nd touchdown pass. Who did we give credit for the reception on that? Flournoy.
We get the chant for block that kick,
chant,
but
right, folks.
Stop that try. How's that? There's a little pass outside. Oh.
Well, they did a fake handoff play action and then a pass out in the flats. Pass is going to be caught to Flournoy. And the 2-point conversion is good, which makes it
14-7.
14-7. And the Reavers lead it with 5:18 remaining here in the third quarter. We'll take the opportunity for a timeout. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Live Snow College sports action on Centricom Channel 10, the ScenicWestNetwork.com, and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back to Terry Foote Stadium. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you. And the kickoff by the Reavers is going to go to the sidelines. It's going to be fielded by Sione Molisi. He bobbles it and then covers it up, and the Badgers will start from their own 19-yard line.
Yeah, got to answer here. Got to answer. The Reavers did their job to answer that big play by the Badgers to take that 1-point lead by driving all the way down the field. It looks like we got a flag right here at midfield, Gary. See what that call is. Zach Erickson not too happy about it, whatever it is.
Wow, half the distance to goal. The Badgers are going to be starting at their own 10-yard line.
Long way to go to try and tie this up here. We'll see if they can answer.
Well, that's got to give the Reavers defense a little bit of comfort, knowing that after they gave up the touchdown, the offense was able to go all the way down the field and score 82 yards to put their second touchdown on the board, getting into the Mountain America Credit Union end zone. Badgers back out on the field. They've got 90 yards ahead of them. Taylor Larson and Elijah Irvin split wide to the right. Seth Kalin in the backfield with McGrath. Nope, it's Gabe Sweeten again. Sweeten's going to keep it on a quarterback keeper, and he's going to get a couple of yards out to the 12-yard line. I'm not sure I'm following the Badger thinking here on switching the quarterbacks back and forth. McGrath got a touchdown on their last possession.
Yeah. I don't know.
But that's why they get the big bucks, and I just get to sit up here and
talk about it.
Second down and 8 for Snow College. Sweeten, long snap count, now looks to the sidelines. He's got twin stack to the left, twin stack to the right. And Kalin to the right of Sweeten in the backfield. High snap, Sweeten bobbles it. It's loose on the ground. And who comes up with it?
It looks like they did. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, Iowa Western comes down with that fumble. Just a bad snap, and it fumbled that wet ball. And the Reavers are going to come up with it inside the 10-yard line here.
Well, this could be the season right here for Snow College. I hate to say it this early in the third quarter, but if you give up another touchdown here, it's going to be hard to come back. Ball at the 7-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Reavers. The Badgers with their 4th turnover of the game. You don't turn the ball over that many times to a very good team and live to tell the story. They're going to go jumbo. They've got 2 huge linemen in the backfield. Handoff goes straight ahead.
Big hit there by the Badgers.
Sarbaugh on the carry, but he gets inside the 5 to the 4, so a gain of 3.
Trying to get a number on who that big hit laid the lumber there. Brandon Falau, I think they announced it over the intercom here.
And they're going to go with the jumbo package again and hand it off to Sarbaugh again. This time Sarbaugh gets nothing. I'm not sure he even got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, going to be 3rd down and goal from the 5. We'll see who came up with that one. Yeah, in this rain with those gray jerseys, those numbers kind of run together. It's tough. We'll keep looking, though.
So it's going to be a big 3rd down here, 3rd and 5 for the Reavers. And Reavers now go away from that jumbo package.
Yeah, looks like
they've gone away from it. They've still got Sarbaugh in the backfield.
Got 2 receivers out here.
And only 1 defender. Now they shift the tight ends to the left side of the formation. Handoff goes to Sarbaugh. Sarbaugh's hit at the line and driven backwards. No gain.
Cole Hogan again in on that one. Cortez Hogan's, I think, was in on that one as well.
So the defense holds and forces a field goal attempt here. It's going to be a 22-yard field goal attempt.
Now we can get that chant, students. Now let's get that block, that kick chant. Keep this a 1-score game at 14-7.
Field goal, placement's down, the kick is up, and the kick is good.
Yep.
And it's going to be 17-7 after the field goal. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
This is Nate Johnson of Risk Managers Insurance Agency in Ephraim. It is surprising how many people do not have any life insurance or adequate coverage today. If you were to suddenly die, would your family have enough money for your funeral and to pay off any debt you may have, or funds to live on with your income no longer available to care for your family? You may be surprised at how low life insurance rates are. Let me sit down with you and discuss how life insurance can benefit you and your family. Call us at Risk Managers in Ephraim, 283-4685.
Live Snow College sports action on Centricom Channel 10, the ScenicWestNetwork.com, and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back to Terry Foote Stadium. The Reavers have tacked on a 22-yard field goal now and lead at 17-7 over the Snow College Badgers. Plenty of time remaining, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Credit the defense for coming up with a huge defensive stand as they had their backs to the end zone, and the ball was at the 7-yard line. 3 plays, they ended up at the 7-yard line.
Yeah, good job by the defense to hold them to only 3, but still a 2-score game, as you mentioned before we came from that break. A lot of time left. Almost 18 minutes of game time left in this one, so you can make up 10 points.
Oh, yeah. Taylor Larson back deep to receive. High kick is going to be fielded by Taylor Larson at the 12. Out to the 20, the 25. It's a small hole, and he ducks his head and gets across the 30. And they're going to mark it at about the 33-yard line, looks like. Injured Badger on the field. A little slow getting up, but he does. And makes it off the field under his own power. John Taumoa-Peau. So 1st and 10 for the Badgers at the 33-yard line. They've got to answer now. Biggest deficit the Badgers have faced in 2 seasons.
Yeah, right.
And McGrath is back in at quarterback. He's got Seth Kalin to his left. 2 wideouts wide to the left, 2 wideouts wide to the right. McGrath fakes to the right and comes back and passes over the middle. Not enough for the first down, but a good gain, a gain of 8.
Yeah, just that little check down to Dawson Tanner. Had to go down to get that pass, or he might have had room to run to the sticks to get that first down, but good play on first down anyway.
Got to get positive yards and
stay ahead of the sticks.
Stay ahead of the sticks, yep. McGrath, 2nd down and 2, brings Tanner in motion. Back to passes McGrath, has time. Flushed out of the pocket, now throws short, coming back and making the catch. No! In and out of the hands. On the reception intended for Reggie Ackles, but he couldn't hold on to it, and he was open.
And we've seen Reggie playing defensive back a lot this year. Now playing offense, I guess, for the Badgers. He's frustrated coming off the field.
3rd down and 2. Taylor Larson in the slot to the left. A single wide out to the right. Tavita Noah in the backfield, along with Seth Kalin. Play action to Kalen.
Now
you got man. Oh, a nice catch. Did he hold on to it?
How are they saying? Yeah, they're saying
oh,
no
what
on
a
the
great
other side,
catch.
but a
Is
great
that
catch.
Taylor Larson?
Yeah, Taylor Larson.
You know it is.
Goes up and gets it. He had Tavita Noah open for an easy little dump off for the first down, but went for the deeper pass, a little bit high, but Taylor went up and got it.
I was saying the same thing. I'm thinking just dump it off to Tavita, and he had room to run for the first down.
Yeah.
But the Badgers convert. They're at midfield. Ball at the 50-yard line. McGrath now checks to the sidelines. He's got Seth Kalen to his left. The Badgers go with 2 wideouts to the right, 2 wideouts to the left. Back to passes McGrath. Quick out. Got a man out there. And is that Elijah Irvin?
Yeah, these are these little passes that we've talked about all game that we wanted to see the Badgers get into with this strong defensive line of the Reavers, and it's working on this drive.
Oh, Marquise Montgomery on that catch. Irvin's on the near side, Montgomery on the far side. My bad. So it's Montgomery and Taylor Larson in a twin stack to the left. Elijah Irvin and Taylor stacked to the right. Hand off to Kalen. Kalen hit.
Oh, did he lose
and falls forward. He's got the first down, I think. He had to get across the 40. He does.
Yeah, he got bent over funny. Gosh,
he comes up limping.
That's too bad. Manukin's going to replace him, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Carson Manukin in. 1st and 10 for the Badgers as they get another first down and deeper into Reaver territory. Ball at the 39-yard line.
Might be Malisi. I think it's Sione Malisi in there at the left. Am I right? 22? I think so.
Boy, that sure doesn't. Yeah, I think you're right, but it sure doesn't look like Sione. I think it's 32. Back to passes McGrath. Little dump off over the middle, almost intercepted.
Whew.
Very fortunate that the Badgers have an incomplete pass.
Yeah, that might have been just the pass was just a little bit behind the intended receiver, and that could have been an interception the other way. And the Badgers can ill afford another turnover. 4 so far today for the Badgers.
McGrath tries to short arm that little touch pass, and he kind of loses control over it. 2nd down and 10. Trip split wide to the right. Elijah Irvin, the wide man to the right. Marquise Montgomery, the lone man to the left. Back to passes McGrath. Under some pressure. Almost stripped from behind. He's going to lose a couple of yards. Great defensive effort right there by Jackson Filler.
The Reavers are doing a good job of bracketing those receivers coming across the middle. There's one low, one high. The linebacker will drop back. The safety will stay behind the receiver. So there's just not a lot of room to throw it. They're trusting their corners to stay man-on-man on an island on the outside receivers of the Badgers and just not giving up anything across the middle. And you can do that when your defensive line with only 3 or 4 guys is getting to the quarterback.
Getting pressure, exactly. And we're going to have a timeout on the field.
And a quarter.
Oh, and a quarter, thank you. End of the 3rd quarter of play with as we check the Central Valley Medical Center scoreboard. Iowa Western 17, Snow College Badgers 7. We'll be back after this Utah Heritage Credit Union timeout. Utah Heritage Credit Union is your local credit union with offices in Moroni, Mount Pleasant, Ephraim, and Gunnison. Proud to support Snow College. Well, I guess we'll keep it right here. No timeout. Well, there's a timeout, but we're not going to take a timeout apparently. Snow College Badgers trail at 17-7, the largest deficit that the Badgers have faced in quite some time. And they've got 1 quarter to try to erase this deficit and make a comeback. They started at their own 33-yard line. They are now in Reaver territory at the 41-yard line, but they're facing a 3rd and 12. So a big 3rd down here coming up for Snow College. McGrath in the backfield with Manukin on 3rd down. Two wide outs to the left, one wide out to the right. McGrath takes the snap. Under some pressure, goes across the middle, got Tavita Noah. And Tavita Noah has the first down.
Yeah, keep looking to him. Such a big target across the middle. Just let him go get 5, 6, 8 yards across the middle and move the sticks.
I'm with you.
Yep. Now go quick. Go with some tempo.
1st and 10 for the Badgers. Looks to the sideline. That's not Carson Manukin's number, but I'm almost positive it's Carson Manukin. He's wearing Mackay Hammock-Bright's number.
Okay.
And Manukin has some opening, needs to make a move, gets a block, and runs into his own player, but he's inside the 10 to the 5.
Excellent blocking up front by the Badgers this time. I'm excited to see this replay. You just saw the Reavers get washed out by the left side of that offensive line for the Badgers. Great blocking that time.
And the Badgers going quick here. And they move Tavita Noah from the left to the right. Two wideouts way out to the right. McGrath. And timeout is going to be taken by the Reavers. We'll take a timeout as well. Another Utah Heritage Credit Union timeout. We'll be back after this. Well, I guess we'll keep it right here. Maybe we're having problems once again with the TriCaster. That's the only thing I can guess. I apologize, but we're going to keep it right here. If we're not going to be playing ads, you and I get to talk about our sponsors.
All right. You can go into Utah Heritage Credit Union next week and get a loan if you want.
I'm a little disappointed that you say you're not offering a Voice of the Badger discount. I've been telling people that for weeks and months now.
You keep sending them in. We'll keep giving them those discounts.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
We're obviously doing something right with that discount. So,
all right, Badgers now trying to get this closer, get it back to within a one-score game here. Badgers have the ball at the 6-yard line of Iowa Western, and they trail it 17-7.
Yeah, I say give it to Carson Manukin again. Let that offensive line, I don't know, there must be some problems, as you mentioned, with the TriCaster.
Yep.
We're set up for production outside of where we broadcast from, but because I would like to see that replay. I wish we could see that replay on that big run because the blocking was awesome up front.
Well,
and
I'm afraid the rain is wreaking havoc on very expensive equipment.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Shotgun for McGrath. McGrath has nobody in the backfield with him. 3 wideouts wide to the right, 2 to the left. You've got Montgomery and Larson to the left. You've got Tavita Noah, Taylor, and I believe that's Irvin, split wide to the right. Back to pass is McGrath. McGrath under pressure, needs to throw it, does, and he throws it away. Good job.
Yeah,
and a late flag comes in. What's that going to be? Holding? Defensive holding, possibly?
I don't know.
They're going to call pass interference on Snow.
Oh, wow.
Pass interference on Snow College. Holy crud.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not able to. Unfortunately, we're not able to see that replay.
We can't
I'm
see
not
the
sure.
instant replay.
That's hard because he's just throwing that away there.
I tell you what is it. Man, I won't. So the Badgers now pushed all the way out to the 21-yard line, and it's going to be 1st and goal from the 21. And again, the Badgers go with an empty backfield. 3 wideouts split wide to the right. 2 to the left, same formation that we just saw. McGrath looks to the sidelines. Play clock is down to 2-1. You got to call timeout, and they do. The Badgers call a timeout, so we'll keep it right here because apparently we don't. I guess we should be glad that we're at least on the air.
That's right.
So let's run down our sponsors here for you. Our sponsors are Sanpete Valley Hospital, CO Building Systems, Manti Telephone, Central Valley Medical Center, and as we check the Central Valley Medical Center scoreboard, Iowa Western 17, Snow College 7. From orthopedics to pediatrics, trust CVMC. We've got Sanpete Steel, who will be bringing us the Sanpete Steel Steelman of the game. Sanpete Steel, done right and on time. Risk Managers Insurance, Cache Valley Bank, Centricom, Little Caesars in Ephraim, Nephi, and also now in Gunnison. Little Caesars makes their dough fresh in-house every day and uses 100% mozzarella and Munster cheeses. We will have the Little Caesars Player of the Game coming up on the post-game show. And Mountain America Credit Union as well, sponsors of Snow College Athletics. Mountain America Credit Union, guiding you forward with affordable financial services and expert advice. Details at macu.com. Big possession here for Snow College. They've got to get some points and preferably a touchdown. A field goal does get it back to within a one-score deficit.
Yeah, have to get something, but yeah, preferably you would want. And now they're sending McGrath to the sideline. I don't know if he's got some blood on him. Yeah, the officials are making him come to the sideline.
Oh, yeah, what was that? I thought they were going to put some tape on him or something somewhere. Play clock is just started, so Badgers plenty of time here. McGrath back to pass. Throws it in the corner of the end zone. Got a man. Overthrew him. Intended for Taylor Larson, just a little bit out of his reach.
Just outside of his reach.
And Taylor was open.
Oh.
Taylor was open. Leggett is going to check in, and coming out is Marquise Montgomery. So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 21. I almost wish the Badgers would just get some yardage back and open up the playbook, but they had a man open, just a little bit overthrown.
Yeah, we'll see if McGrath's able to, you kind of expect him to throw the ball here. Maybe get down to, like you say, get to the 10 or get to the 5, open up that playbook.
Play action.
That's open.
McGrath passes out, in and out of the hands of Taylor Larson. That does not happen very often.
Yeah, that's frustrating because that's open out there, that little, about a 10-yard out. And McGrath put it where he needed to, just a little bit outside of Larson, and kind of fumbles that around, out of bounds. So incomplete.
Sione Malisi is going to check in for Snow College. Coming out is Taylor Larson.
So what do you do here? Do you make sure you go to the end zone? I mean, you got a good enough field goal kicker. I think you hit it whether it's at the 21 or it's at the 10. So, right? I mean, or do you try and get half of it? Or?
I think you try to get some of it here.
Yeah. Make sure you get the 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sione Malisi and Carson Manukin in the backfield. And the Badgers get called for delay of game.
Man, that's...
Now you definitely got to pick up some yards here. You can't just go for the end zone and hope for a touchdown.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why we're not getting the plays in quicker. Yeah, you were down at, what, the 6? And 2 penalties.
Pass interference was a killer.
Yeah. On a pass that McGrath was just throwing it away.
Yeah. Play action. McGrath has time. And now he's sacked, and you're out of field goal position. Wow. Well, credit the Reavers. Now you've got a late flag that comes in.
Yeah, on the outside, Leggett was getting held as he's trying to run down the sideline. If we could see the replay, you would see it. But
he's trying to put his jersey back on.
Yeah, so I don't know if that flag came in to call that holding or if that flag is calling something on the Badgers for complaining about not getting the call.
It could be. Could be either way. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, a lot of this game hangs in the balance of whether this call will benefit the Badgers or not. Because if it doesn't, that's a long field goal try.
Well, they're getting set to march it off against the Reavers.
Yeah, he was held on the outside. You heard up here in the booth, you heard a lot of guys that noticed it and were screaming.
But that's not the call.
Oh.
Unsportsmanlike conduct is going to be an automatic first down for the Badgers.
Must have been talking.
Okay, so far our Steelman play of the game is actually going to be a penalty.
It goes to the stripes. Okay, so does that reset it to do they get an automatic first down on that, Gary?
Yes, they do.
Oh, baby.
Now, shouldn't it be 1st and 10? Yeah, they had set the sticks down because at one time it was first and goal. And now you've got the sticks back on the field. That is a strange.
Yeah, because it's
so
after
you had
the
first
play.
and goal at the 5.
Wow.
You lose yardage all the way back up, get a first down on a penalty. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 17.
Wow.
Carson Manukin in the backfield with McGrath. Play clock is down to 9. Mnookin goes in motion, empty backfield. McGrath passes to Larson on a little crossing route underneath. He's inside the 10.
Yeah, that's been open. That's been open. You just got to take what they're giving you. Give you 8 yards, take it.
And that is a gain of 8. Down to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 2. Mnookin now to the left of McGrath. McGrath now backs up and looks to the sidelines once again. Play clock down to 20. And now Mnookin moves from the left to the right. McGrath throws it in the corner of the end zone. Got a man out there. Great defensive recovery by number 25.
Legend Doggett is his name for the Reavers. Yeah, excellent. Wow. Just played that perfectly from a defensive back standpoint.
Elijah Irvin looked like he was open.
Yeah.
And Doggett made a good recovery. So 3rd and 2. Sione Malisi checked in, so they're waiting to make sure that the Reavers don't want to make a sub. So full house backfield here. Handoff to Malisi. Malisi, small hole, fights and keeps churning. And does he get the first down? This is going to be one of those left foot, right foot.
Yeah, from where this side judge is coming in from the left side. Are they saying 4th down? Nope, they're saying 4th down. Man, that was close. What do you do here, Gary? What do you do?
I think you got to kick the
4th and inches,
field goal.
Do you? Yeah, you kind of. I mean, that's the.
You got to get points.
Yeah, yeah. You lose the game if you don't kick a field goal and make it here. You know, if you go for it on 4th and 1, it's over if you don't get it. But man, that's tempting with how short that is.
Good effort by Sione Malisi to try to battle for that first down. He came up just a little bit short. So it's going to be a 25-yard field goal by Stockton Lund, and he short-footed it. It is no good.
Oh, that's frustrating. Yeah, looks like it got blocked in there.
I would like to see a replay. I didn't see it get blocked. I thought he just kind of stubbed his foot.
Oh, that's disheartening. 11:53 left in this one. 17-7, Reavers with the lead over the Badgers. God, that's frustrating.
Missed field goal from 25. So Iowa Western is going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And the Badger defense is back out there.
Yeah, so it comes out to the 20 if it's a missed field goal. If it's inside the 20.
Right.
Yeah. So Badger defense got to make something happen here. 11:53, not necessarily over.
Nope.
2-score game. You can get the ball back twice here in 12 minutes.
Moses Bryant in the backfield. Defense is going to have to play tough right here, though. Handoff to Bryant. Nope. Quarterback Glantz keeps it. Glantz over the left side, and he picks up 5 yards. Boy, as good as Glantz is, I mean, you picked up 5 yards there, but do you really want, when you've got a 10-point lead, you really want your key quarterback running the ball?
Yeah, he's had a great game today.
He has.
Has there been any turnovers?
I don't have them for any turnovers.
Yeah.
On downs, on the punt that they fumbled and then recovered.
Yes, that's right.
And that was it.
Yep.
So it's going to be 2nd and 5. Again, Bryant in the backfield. Handoff to Bryant. Bryant tries the left side. Bryant's going to be, well, 2nd and 3rd effort's going to be close to the first down. The Badgers trying to strip the ball, but you got to stop him first. And that's going to be enough for the first down out to the 30.
Yep, move the sticks, keep that clock moving. That's just what you want if you're Iowa Western.
Now down under 11 minutes to go here, and again a 10-point lead for the Reavers. All of the matchups so far between these two teams have been decided, I believe, by less than 5 points.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they played a couple times in bowl games. First time they've played in Ephraim, if I remember right.
It is. Yeah. So 1st and 10 from just across the 30.
Yep, false snap there.
And
everybody went but the center.
So a false start. Glantz not really happy with his team. That'll push it back 5. That's exactly what you just said. The official false start, everybody but the center.
Give me a white hat. Actually, that's I cannot possibly think anything on this planet that I would rather not do than be an official at a football game.
Official at a basketball game?
Basketball might be worse, yeah. You're closer to the fans.
Closer to the fans,
yeah,
exactly.
Closer to mouthy parents.
1st and 15. A shift for the Reavers. Bryant in the backfield. Glance now looks to the sideline, changes the plays. Got 2 wideouts to the right. Long snap count down to 2 seconds. Hands the ball off to Bryant. Bryant breaks a tackle, gets those yards back. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, just kind of spun off the right side of his offensive line that time when he was able to fall for those 5 yards. Got a replays back here, it looks like. Yeah, kind of had him stopped in the backfield, but he's able to spin out of that and fall for about 5. Keeps the clock moving.
So it's going to be 2nd and 10, ball at the 30-yard line for the Reavers. Clock continues to run. Clock not the friend of the Badgers right here.
Right. And only 2 timeouts left for the Badgers.
Handoff goes to Moses Bryant. Bryant breaks a tackle and picks up 5 yards. Badgers are hitting, but you got to wrap up and make the tackle.
That was almost an inverse replay of the previous play, where this time he went off the left side, he gets hit, he spins out of that and falls for about 5 yards, where maybe if you were the Badgers, you could have stopped him for a gain of only 1 or so. So brings up 3rd and much more manageable than 10. It's just 3rd and 5 here.
Big 3rd down here for the Badger defense. Needs to come up with a stop and get the ball back into the hands of the offense. 2 wide out, split wide to the right. Glance with Bryant in the backfield. Quick pass behind the slant man.
Oh, baby.
Incomplete. That was a big break for the Badgers.
I don't know if that was the called play, but Glance recognized that blitzing defensive back for the Badgers and threw it right where the blitzer was coming from, and it was an excellent call by Glance. Just couldn't make it happen. That quick little throw was just off the hands. But, man, he's a heady quarterback. And you could see he was frustrated after that one because he knew he had the first down with that pass.
So a 4th down and a punting situation here. Taylor Larson standing at his 35-yard line to receive the punt.
Turn off those ears, Badgers.
Snap is low. Kick is away. Larson lets it bounce, and it's going to take a huge bounce. You got to make a fair catch and come up with that. The Badgers are going to start at their own 12-yard line.
That was a tough one to read in the air for Taylor Larson. That's, you watch this replay, and he's thinking he should go up and catch it and then just backs away at the last second. But, yeah, that would have saved him about 15 yards or so if he would have fair caught that.
Punter went down, but no penalty on that. And the Badgers will have it. 78 yards away. 88 yards away.
88 yards and 8 minutes and 27 seconds to try and cut it to 1 score here.
McGrath in the backfield with, that's got to be Manukin.
They called it Manukin on that last big run he had.
Okay. 2 wideouts to the left. That's Leggett and Larson. And 2 wideouts wide to the right. There's the quick pass in the flats. Nobody there.
Yeah, awful miscommunication that time between the receiver and the quarterback there. And the Reavers jumped that route and could have taken it back for 6 if he would have gotten 2 hands on it instead of just 1.
A little bit of frustration you can see on the Badgers sideline as trying to read what this defense is doing, and they have played fantastic.
Yeah, Iowa Western just running with 4 defensive linemen, dropping 7 back into coverage. And that's tough. You got to just take what you can get if you're the Badgers. And your Badger offensive line with 5 offensive linemen have to be able to give McGrath some time.
McGrath takes the snap, looks over the middle, flushed out of the pocket, now throws, crossing route. Taylor Larson makes the catch. Short of the first down, but close. So the Badgers are going to be looking at 3rd and short. Clock continues to run as soon as they get the chain set. 8 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. You got to get a Badger first down here.
First down. They gave him the first.
Oh, they gave it to him. Wow.
Yeah, it looked short.
Did to me, too. Handoff goes to Mnookin. Mnookin, a big hole. Mnookin right through the middle. He's got a first down out to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, he's been the best back today for the Badgers. I don't know. We talked in the first half whether Targi Lamson maybe went down with an injury. I haven't seen him back in the game since the first half. But Mnookin picking up the slack, doing a good job.
1st and 10. The Badgers now at the 35-yard line. Back to passes McGrath. Throws the deep out. Got a man out there, Leggett. Leggett makes a nice move, stays in bounds. Now goes out of bounds and stops the clock. The Badgers get into Reaver territory at the 47-yard line. Nice catch and run by Leggett.
And so in college, in high school, if you watch a lot of high school games, the clock stops when you get out of bounds. In college, it just stops till they can set the ball for play, and then it gets going again. So it still saves you maybe 5 to 10 seconds, though.
Larson in motion from left to right. Back to passes McGrath. Under pressure, sets up the screen. High, intended for Mnookin, and he about had his head taken off.
Yeah, I don't think it was a face mask. Coach Erickson is asking for something, but I think it was just a big hit.
Rashawn Hodge with the tackle.
Yeah, a big hit there. Let's watch this replay. It's a little screen pass and just a big hit. And the only thing you could be complaining about if you're a Badger is a defenseless receiver. If the defender launches himself into a defenseless receiver, but
I think he just had his hands around the shoulder and Mnookin was off balance.
A good defensive play.
Yeah. 2nd and 10. Back to passes McGrath. Has time to run, but passes out in the flats. Pass is going to be caught. Still on his feet and getting good yardage inside the 25-yard line. Is that Taylor?
I can't tell if that's 23.
That's Dawson Tanner, excuse me, Dawson Tanner.
Yeah, Tanner looks a lot like Taylor Larson, kind of that small
21
build.
and 23, yeah. So a nice first down for the Badgers. Got to get the ball in the end zone here. We're under 7 minutes to go. McGrath, quick pass again out in the flats. Got a man out there. Is it Carson Mnookin? Inside the 15-yard line. Nope, mark it right at the 15-yard line. And we've got an injured Reaver on the play.
So that's a bit, I don't mean to make light of an injured player. It's a benefit to the Badgers, though, to stop that clock.
Looks like we've got a cramp is what it is.
Yeah. One thing to mention when they go out of bounds, when I said the clock doesn't stop, that's just over, it's either 2 or 3 minutes. I don't remember which it is. If you get out of bounds under either 3 or 2 minutes at the end of the half, the first half or the second half, the clock does stop. So I just wanted to make that clear.
Okay. So we do have a timeout on the field, a Utah Heritage Credit Union timeout. And they get the Reaver off the field, and we're ready to start things up again. 2nd down and very short. Here's where you maybe take a shot at the end zone.
Yeah.
And they start the clock here at 6:30. Badgers slow getting out there. You'd think there'd be a little bit more sense of urgency here for the Badgers. 2nd down and short. McGrath rolls to the left, buys some time, now steps up in the pocket. He can run, and it's a foot race to the end zone. Makes a nice move and dives into the end zone. Touchdown, McGrath! McGrath takes it in from the 15-yard line.
Right there's a steel man type play of the game.
I agree.
What a play by McGrath to step up in the pocket, decide to run. Looks like he's going to be stopped about the 5-yard line. I mumbled into my microphone, hold on to that ball, don't fumble it. But he's able to fight for that end zone and get in. Good play by Tommy McGrath.
Stockton Lund to try the extra point here out of the hold of Taylor Larson. Extra point is going to be huge here. Snap is good, the placement's good, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And the Badgers have pulled to within 3, 17-14 with 6:09 remaining. Can we take a break here? We're not sure if the commercial, we got the instant replay back. Can we take a break?
Are you not sure what to major in? Do you wish there was a place you could figure that out? Snow College is for you. It gave me a chance to be really involved in lots of different areas. My professors would actually talk to me and answer questions about my career options. At Snow College, not only did I figure out my major, I'm prepared to major in it.
Snow College is accepting your application right now. To get more information or schedule a campus visit, go to snow.edu. That's snow.edu. At Snow College, it is all about you. Live Snow College sports action on Centricom Channel 10, the ScenicWestNetwork.com, and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back to Terry Foote Stadium. Gary Chedester, Greg Sterner, and the Stats Master Brad James, as the Snow College Badgers have pulled to within 3, 14-17 they trail.
McGrath did a good job there.
And welcome back once again. And the Badgers set to kick it off. Kind of an unusual receiving. Now they come up side by side, as it looks like Iowa Western is expecting an onside kick, and the Badgers are going to kick it onside. Wow. I don't understand that.
No, 6 minutes. Why?
6 minutes. Kick it deep and make them. Oh, man.
Man, your defense has played great. I don't know about that, Gary.
I don't either. I don't understand that. That's a lot of.
6 minutes and 2 timeouts. Your defense is playing awesome. Ooh, well. Okay, so yeah, Badgers need to try and stop them. Short field for the Reavers. Just past midfield into Badger territory at the 49.
So, pressure on the defense here to not give up hardly any yardage at all, because you don't want them to get into field position here for a field goal.
Sure.
Man in motion is Wedgen. Glantz is going to keep it. Under pressure, breaks a tackle. Wedgen gets out to the 45-yard line. What happened to the Badgers? And good job by Glantz to recognize that there was nothing happening. Tuck the ball under and tries to move it up the field.
Yeah, only about a 4-yard gain. A lot of action on that 4-yard gain, but.
And they're going to run the play clock as long as they can here, down to 5:35 remaining in the fourth quarter. 2 wide out, split wide to the right. Glantz at quarterback, moves the tight ends from the right to the left. Crowd trying to get into this and spark some excitement for the defense. Glantz back to pass, has time to throw, flushed out of the pocket, has room and dives forward, a gain of maybe 3. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
He's just recognizing that contained man on the right side. It's 2 plays in a row. That contained man has went a little bit too far upfield, and he's just stepping in to that spot that contained man evacuates for the Badgers, and able to run for 3 or 4 yards both times and keeps the clock running.
Under 5 minutes to go here. A big 3rd down for the defense. I know I've said it a couple of times, but none of them bigger than this one right here. Glantz brings a man in motion. Long snap count. Glantz back to pass. Has time. Pump fake. Flushed out of the pocket. Now he's under some pressure. Throws at the last second. Got a man open. The big tight end on the left side. Still on his feet. Fighting inside the 25-yard line. On the reception is Blake Vaughn.
I thought Blake Vaughn was going to be a big factor in this game, right? One of the first or second plays, it was a pass completion to him. Just looks like a big target for the quarterback. Hasn't really made much happen in the passing game. Been a good blocker today, but right there, just wide open, and Glantz is able to move around, and the Badgers aren't able to get him down, and clock keeps ticking.
Now down to 4 minutes remaining. And more importantly, a first down here for the Reavers. 1st and 10. Handoff straight ahead. And getting pretty good yardage on the carry is Sarbaugh.
5-yard gain there on first down. If you're the Badgers after this play, if you get a stop, you might have to start using those timeouts.
Agreed. Brandon Falau on the tackle. Down to 3:45 remaining. Clock again becoming a huge factor here. And the Reavers just really milking the clock. 15 seconds on the play clock. Sarbaugh, the deep man in the backfield. Again, the tight ends move from the right to the left. 2 wide out, split wide to the right for Glantz. Glantz hands it off to Sarbaugh. Sarbaugh trying to get that left side. Turn back after a gain of 1. He gets to the 20-yard line.
Badgers not calling timeout yet. They're still saving those timeouts. Big 3rd down here. You got to use the timeout after this one if you get the stop.
Now you got to wonder. We haven't seen a field goal attempt from the Reavers. So you wonder if they have a field goal kicker that can kick it or if this is 4-down territory.
Yeah, they went for it once down, maybe not quite this far, but down around the 30-yard line earlier in the first half.
Glantz, 7 seconds on the play clock, taking his time. Now a timeout is going to come in, and the Reavers are going to take a timeout. And we'll take a timeout as well and keep it right here, though. And we'll talk about our sponsors.
You saw Coach Erickson run up to the official and tell him after this play, if the clock doesn't stop on an incomplete pass, of course, we want a timeout. He was right in that official's ear telling him he wanted that. So 2 timeouts left for the Badgers. 2:41.
Mountain America Credit Union are one of our sponsors. We'd like to thank them for sponsoring the MACU End Zone. Mountain America Credit Union, you can show your school pride with a Snow College debit card from Mountain America Credit Union. Available now at the Ephraim branch. Mountain America Credit Union, guiding you forward. Visit macu.com. Little Caesars Pizza, who is sponsoring our Player of the Game. We'll have that Player of the Game for you coming up on the postgame show. For fresh pizza fast, make a pit stop at Little Caesars in Nephi, Ephraim, and now also in Gunnison. Centricom, our friends up there, Nate Palmer and Barrett Hilton, who do a lot of calling of the games, or producing of the games, I should say. Badger fans trying to cheer on the defense here and make something happen on a big 3rd down with 2:41 remaining. 2:41 remaining, 3rd and 5 from the 20-yard line. Glantz at quarterback with Sarbaugh in the backfield. One wide out to the right. Sarbaugh now goes in motion out to the right slot, so an empty backfield for Glantz. Glantz back to pass, has a man open, and it's going to be enough for the 1st down.
Man, you just saw that play develop. That receiver just ran right to the sticks, about a yard past the sticks, turned around, waited for the pass. Glantz put it right on him. The Badgers just gave a little bit too much cushion out there on the outside. Yep, that's frustrating because that clock is now just going to tick, tick, tick.
That's a 1st down, and inside the 15-yard line at the 14.
Gosh, darn it.
And clock, a huge factor now. We're down to 2 minutes with 10 seconds on the play clock here. Hand off to Sarbaugh. Sarbaugh breaks a tackle, still on his feet, and gets to the 10-yard line. Make it the 11, it looks like, is where they're going to mark it, so a gain of 4.
If you see Iowa Western put this ball in the air, Gary, I will be shocked.
And the Badgers are going to take a timeout. We'll keep it here. Where were we? Centricom. Cache Valley Bank is also a sponsor, thanks to Cache Valley Bank. And Risk Managers Insurance. Sanpete Steel, Central Valley Medical Center, who also sponsors our scoreboard. We'll take a look at that. Iowa Western 17, Snow College Badgers 14. If you're having chronic knee pain from a worn-out knee, check out the new ROSA knee robotic technology at CVMC. Call 435-623-3200. I don't know if Mark Stoddard was listening last week, but I had a suggestion for him. I could be the poster child for the worn-out knee, the ROSA robotic knee machine. If he would try to work that out for me, I would appreciate it.
You've experienced that, or you want to experience that?
I need to experience that.
All right.
I was scheduled to have a knee replacement last year, but then we had that COVID thing that
you told me about
screwed it all up.
And that was up there at CVMC, huh? Okay. All right.
So 2nd down. Badgers do take a timeout here to try to preserve some of the time. I think the Badgers might get the ball back here, but I don't know how much time they're going to have, as the Reavers offense has really just milked the clock after that onside kick and worked their way down into scoring position here. Love goes in motion, now turns around and goes back. Glantz is going to hand off to Sarbaugh. No, he keeps it. Pass into the end zone. Knocked away. Great defensive effort. Who was that?
Impossible to see that number down there.
Keontae Scott, I think, came over the top.
Oh, was okay. All right.
I don't know. Do we have replays again? We're having all kinds of technical difficulties with our TriCaster. We lost one.
I think it might have been Austin Francis, number 26. Brad, do you think it was 26? Yeah, Austin Francis from the safety position that was able to knock that away, which, if I'm Iowa Western, man, you just gave Snow College a timeout right there.
Right. 3rd down and 6. Make it 7. Glance, looks over to the sidelines, changes the play. He's got Sarba in the backfield. Badgers come on an all-out blitz. Glance keeps it and then slides down.
Now get that timeout.
What is that flag for?
Oh, no. He's a runner out there.
Well, not only that, but the Badger was blocked into him. And we've got a late flag.
There's no way they're calling that a hit on him. He's a runner out there. Run that replay again.
It actually, I don't think we have replays again.
Okay, I thought he just ran that replay.
Oh,
so
did
that's
he?
Why, yeah, I thought we just missed it. So I want to see that.
Oh, here it comes. We do have replays.
Look at this. Oh, it's right behind that post. But he slides. Oh, if that's
he was
a late
blocked
hit.
into him. He was blocked into him, though.
Let's see what this call is. If that's a late hit, that's such garbage, Gary.
And they're going to come over and talk to.
Are they going to call a holding? I think they're calling a holding. Okay. Jeez, if they were going to call that a late hit, because you saw the Badger come and fall on top of their quarterback.
Right, but I think he was blocked into him. Yeah. So we had rain, 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago we had rain, and that ruined one of our TriCasters.
Oh, no.
And now we had rain today, and I'm thinking I hope not, but we might have lost over $20,000 in equipment in 2 rainstorms.
Got to get that protected.
That's what I'm saying. Why don't we build a Utah Heritage Credit Union press box?
There you go. Oh, that's too bad we can't put it in here.
So it was a holding.
Okay.
And that was declined. And so it's going to bring up a 4th and about 12 or 13 because there was a loss on the play. It's back to the 17. So the field goal, if they try a field goal, is going to be.
So Snow had to call a timeout there.
Because of an injured player?
Yeah, well, and they would have anyway because the clock would have kept running. You know, you don't want to save
right.
You want to save that 40 seconds. But if the Reavers would have just ran instead of trying to throw it into the end zone that last time, you'd have 110 or so left right now. So you just gave Snow 40 more seconds.
And it looks like they're going to go for it on 4th. They're not going to try a field goal, so apparently they don't have a lot of confidence in a long field goal.
Wow.
So 4th and 12.
Yeah, to go from 3 to 6 is big. So here we go, Badgers. Let's go. Get some tight defense. Don't give up don't give up something right at the sticks to the receiver, but you know, it's 4th and 12 instead of 3rd and 5 like last time, but
play clock hasn't even started. Now it starts.
They just set it for play.
Tight ends move from the left to the right. 2 wide outs to the right. Badgers showing blitz.
Hands up.
Pass is going to be out in the flats.
There we go.
And a hit down to the 10-yard line. It's well short of the first down. And the Badgers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 10.
Yep, 1:47 left to get down there.
Well, you've got an opportunity. And that shows you the confidence that Iowa Western has in their defense to pin the Badgers back and make them go the length of the field.
Absolutely.
The Badgers did start at their own 12 the last time.
Yep, worked their way, their best drive of the day into the end zone. Let's see. Here we go, Badgers. Number 1 ranking on the line here, 147. 90 yards in front of you in the number 1 ranking.
McGrath back to pass, steps up in the pocket, throws out in the flats. Pass is going to be caught. That's enough for the first down.
What a grab. Oh, my gosh. It's going to be right behind that post on the replay. But goodness, look at how Leggett goes up with one hand and comes down with that and gets a foot in to move the sticks.
Caden Leggett on the catch. Moves the sticks out to the 25-yard line. More importantly, stops the clock, 1:42 to go. Empty backfield for McGrath. McGrath back to pass. Steps up, throws, got a man open, Taylor Larson. Larson makes the catch. First down, he's out to the 40-yard line.
Beautiful touch on that pass by McGrath. Had to get it up over a little bit taller over the linebackers, and Taylor Larson's able to go up and get it. And then McGrath just steps up and spikes the ball.
Boy, they start that clock so fast. The chains were not even set yet, and they started the clock back up.
Yeah, that's the white hat. They've done that a couple of times. We talked about it in the first half where they started that before the chains were set.
So the Badgers spike it to stop the clock, so it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 40. 1:33 to go here. Badgers trail by 3, but moving the ball. McGrath back to pass, looks to the right, got a man out there. Pass is caught down the sidelines. Who is that? Is it Irvin?
Yeah.
Or is it Marquise Montgomery? Irvin with the catch.
What a pitch and
Huge
catch. Pitch and catch from McGrath to Irvin along the sideline.
Badgers going to stop the clock here. They could have caught somebody offsides. As I almost think they should have run the play because Iowa Western was late getting a player out onto the field.
Yeah, get your guys up there, get set, and run a play, sure, with 1:22 left, but
they actually had 12 players on the field. I wonder if they caught it.
Yeah, well, whether you spike it or not, if you got 12 players on the field, that should be a penalty.
They did. They had.
Are they just dropping that flag right now?
Well, I'm counting 11, and I saw somebody go off after the play, so there was 12 men on the field.
Yep, the Badger players are reacting to that, so get up there. Stop celebrating. Get up there and get your play called. Let's go. Because then you still got first down.
Well, that fires up the crowd, and that fires up the offense.
Yep. Okay, they're getting a little bit chippy out there, talking to each other on the lines. Let's go get a touchdown first, guys.
You get it in the end zone before you start talking.
Yep, let's go get it in there.
Badgers.
And I don't know that the Badgers need to be spiking the ball anymore.
No,
This close with 1:22 left. Let's go.
I agree. 1st and 5. Badgers go with 5 wideouts and an empty backfield for McGrath. McGrath back to pass, has time, throws, got a man open, and he threw an interception. Oh my gosh, McGrath threw an interception, and that is it.
Wow, that's frustrating.
We got to watch this again. That's the end of the play. Do we have the first of it?
If we can watch that replay from the start. Man, McGrath just read that wrong. Oh, that's frustrating. Move it all the way down the field. Dang it. Yeah, I don't know if we can see that replay.
Do we have that play
again,
at all, Jake?
Yeah.
Interception at the 5-yard line.
Diontrell Womack.
Yeah, we don't have
see the end of it. Darn it. Yeah, just put it right where that safety was sitting in the backfield ready. Just playing safety like he should.
Minute and a half. I would have liked to have seen a run play.
Yeah,
I mean, you've
you
got time now.
Offense.
Yeah, you can run the offense.
Yep,
that is heartbreaking.
Tough. Yep, they can just kneel on it now a couple of times, and that'll be it.
Badgers have no timeouts. So they are going to lose to the 4th ranked team in the nation. 17-14 is going to be the final score here.
Yep, and these two schools gave us all we wanted in a top 5 matchup, that's for sure.
A 3-point game. It was a 1-point game last year. It was a 1-point game in the bowl game that they played in the Graphics Edge Bowl. And I didn't have some of the other scores, but and now they've moved the ball back. Was it a penalty? No, they took the knee. That's right. And they'll have to do that one more time. Play clock is down to 15. So a heartbreaking loss for the Badgers here at home. Trying to play for the memory of Mane Mafatini. And that is going to end it right there. A tough loss for the Snow College Badgers, 17-14. They had a chance. They worked it all the way down into the red zone and threw a pick to end the game. And the Reavers are celebrating on Badger Field with no class, I hate to say it, but no class at all.
Yeah, don't go run in front of the other team. I don't like that, but
coach is trying to.
Yeah, clock's still running. I think you're going to have. I hope you don't have some fisticuffs coming here. These are some big young guys that. There is a flag on the field down there. The white hat threw that.
Yeah, after the game's over though, he waited until the clock had run down to 0-0 before he threw the flag.
Yeah. Yeah, you put that's tough that's tough for coaches to try and keep 80 guys out there away from another team running on your field like that, Gary. So.
A tough emotional loss here for the Badgers. They lose a teammate on Sunday night. Emotions were high all week, and they come into this game and come up 3 points short in a battle against number 4 Iowa Western, the Reavers, who celebrate. And do not be surprised if you see this Iowa Western team in the national championship, at least the playoffs, if they can hold their spot there.
Yeah, and Snow could still get in the playoffs, too. It's top 4, right?
Yeah, it's going to be awfully hard, though. You've seen teams that lose and drop completely out of the top 10. I'm not going to be surprised if Snow drops out of the top 10.
Oh, if they take you out of the top 10 for losing to the number 4 team by 3, that's insane. Yeah, that can't happen. I mean, but like you say, I get it if all those top 10 teams are undefeated, you know.
Right.
So I don't know what the
we're keeping it right here.
About,
I don't know if this is over yet or not.
Anything.
I think it is going to be over, but who knows what's going to happen with the officials talking.
Yeah, they should.
Well, we'll take this opportunity for a Utah Heritage Credit Union timeout.
Here it
Utah.
comes.
What good is a penalty after the game is over? They're going to replay it. Oh, he said the game is not over. 25 seconds?
Well, set the play clock to 25 seconds. Yeah,
they put the game clock at 25, but I think
no, and it's third down, so they can just kneel on it again.
You know what?
So
I think you just call this over. Now you're going to have Snow College trying to retaliate.
That's the thing.
I think you're better off just saying the game is over. Let's go off the field because Snow has no chance.
Yeah.
I mean, quite frankly, Snow has no chance here to get the ball back. It's third down.
Yeah.
Yeah, your only chance is a safety, but that only gives you 17-16.
Yeah, well, and they've
no time.
They put the game clock to 25 seconds, and that's not right. He meant the play clock to 25
right.
seconds. So
I agree.
I think they'll unless they're saying that's when the flag needs to be thrown is with 25 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, I will be surprised if that's what happens, but they put the ball back at the 1 yard line. Actually, the one nose of the ball is probably very close to touching the goal line.
Yeah, if I'm those officials, I get over to the coaches of Iowa Western and I tell them, look, good win, guys. Control your freaking team.
Yeah.
Let's get this game over with. We don't need them running towards the Snow College bench. You know, you've seen that in years, a rivalry game in this state. So Iowa Western is calling timeout. You've seen it in a rivalry game in this state where one team wins in the last second and runs straight towards the other sideline, which is complete garbage. And you see it right here. And go celebrate with your team. You don't need to run towards the student section of the other team that's, of course, excited for what's throughout the game and cheering on their team. So anyway, there's the Greg Sterner commentary.
A reminder, we'll have the St. Pete Steel Man of the game, one of the major steel fabricators in the Intermountain West, and we're going to give away the Steel Man of the game, St. Pete Steel hoodie. Also coming up, we will have the Little Caesars Player of the game for fresh pizza fast from classic hot and ready to deep dish hula Hawaiian. Make a pit stop at Little Caesars. We're going to give away a $5 large pepperoni or cheese pizza. And we'd also like to thank Mountain America Credit Union. Mountain America Credit Union guiding you forward with affordable financial services and expert advice. Details at macu.com. So here we come for the last, and they did put 25 seconds on the clock and 25 seconds on the play clock. It's third down.
And it really doesn't matter how much is on the game clock as long as it's not a safety.
Well,
if it's a safety, that's one thing.
And as far back as it is, he's not going to be able to take a knee. They're actually going to have to run a play
he's going to have to
try to gain
center.
yards. Yeah. Or not 10 yards, but he's going to have to gain at least back to the line of scrimmage. So Glantz takes the snap, pushes forward behind that big offensive line, and that will be the last play of the game. As the Badgers can't stop it, the play clock or the game clock is down under 15.
And you see the coaches telling the Iowa Western players,
get out of here.
Yep, run to the locker room.
And that will be the end of the game. 17-14, so nothing changes. We did run one more play, but no change to the outcome. The Badgers have a heartbreaking loss, and now they've got to try to regroup and get ready to go on the road to ASA Miami this coming week. We'll take this opportunity for a timeout, see if we can play some ads, and we'll see if head coach Zach Erickson can make the trip up the bleachers here for the post-game show. We'll be back with more after this. Okay, I guess we can't do any ads. That was my chance. I wasn't sure if we could or not, but apparently we can't. So we're going to keep it right here, mention some more of our sponsors again. Sanpete Valley Hospital, thanks to them for sponsoring Snow College football. CO Building Systems, Manti Telephone. Adam Coombs running some of the production over there for Channel 3. And Central Valley Medical Center, Sanpete Steel, Risk Managers Insurance, Cache Valley Bank, Centricom, Little Caesars Pizza, and Ephraim Nephi, and also in Gunnison, and Mountain America Credit Union. Are you thinking about a player of the game and also a Steel Man of the game?
Sure. Steel Man, we mentioned that Tommy McGrath run to get it to 17-14.
I could go with that.
Yeah, that was
even though they threw the interception to end it, but
yeah. Player of the game, I'm leaving to you, Gary.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
I said it before you could say it to me. Okay. All right. You got some defensive player. Brandon Falau, we talked about we mentioned his name a million times. Who's 31? Cole Hogan. It seems like every time in the backfield, Cole Hogan was getting a stop on Reaver runs. So, yeah, he had a good game as well. I'm interested to see some of these stats from Brad James. But, just a frustrating loss for the Badgers. But
okay, I'm going to go with Cole Hogan. And I agree with you. I mean, if Tommy McGrath doesn't make that run, then we're not even in a position to move down the field.
Yeah,
and
when you
try.
And when you read what the Steel Man of the game means, I mean, that was it, right?
Tough,
there.
gritty play that changes the momentum of the game.
Exactly.
And that run was definitely there. So, Brad James, you got any stats here that jump out at you? I'm going to turn the headset over to you, and you and Greg can wrap it up with some of those stats there.
After we opened up the quickie, Iowa Western amasses 17 points to the 14, 16 first downs for the Reavers, 23 first downs Badgers, and 344 yards of offense Badgers, 239 yards of offense for the Reavers, and you have Iowa Western with 32 minutes and 16 seconds of possession time, 26-27, and
I think we got Coach Zach Erickson coming up here, Brad. So let's pause the stats for just a second, let Gary and him talk, and we'll go with that.
Thanks, Brad. Hate to cut you off there, but Coach Zach Erickson making the trip up here. This is the first time you've had to make a trip back into the press box after a loss, and you guys had a chance, and you really probably shouldn't have, considering the turnovers and everything that you had in this ball game.
Yeah, we had a lot of chances. We beat ourselves wholeheartedly, between missing field goals, turning the ball over I don't know how many times, especially in our end of the field. We have the ball inside the 25-yard line, and a couple of times. Even there at the end, we're in field goal range, and all we got to do is, that's probably on me. I probably just need to run it 2 more times and kick the damn field goal, but excuse my language. But, yeah, it's just turn the ball over 5 times and don't take advantage when you're inside, when you're in the red zone, basically. We got to be better, and we'll get better.
Okay. The defense played pretty darn well, I think. They did give up 17 points, but they held when they needed to hold.
Absolutely. Our defense played lights out today, and offensively we didn't help them very much. Again, back to those 5 turnovers, and then giving them short fields. That when you do that, it makes it a lot easier on an offense to find the end zone. And so, we just got to get better on offense and eliminate some of these silly. We have a 3rd and 18 that would have been 4th down, and we get a personal foul called on us on defense, and then boom, they go down and score. And that right there could also, just there's a lot of things that you're going to look back on and say, if we didn't do that, we win this game.
How frustrating is that? You knew this coming in. I mean, you and I talked about this even going out to Georgia Military, that sometimes these penalties were going to come back, and you couldn't do that against a good team, and here it happened. And that says how good you guys are, in my opinion, because you almost overcame all of this.
Yeah, we did. That's an interesting point, and something that hopefully doesn't get lost on our guys as we watch the tape and we try to learn from this, is that even though we turned the ball over 5 times, even though we had some of these penalties, you go down to the last drive and we have the ball on the 20-yard line, and we're ready to win this thing. You know, it's frustrating as a coach and as a program to be right there and to know and understand this is now the second time something like this has kind of bit us in the butt in the last few months, you know, going back to the national championship game and losing a game that we probably should and could have won. They'll haunt you for a little while.
Now, the hard part now is your fate is in the hands of everybody but you. I mean, you guys have got to win out, which is not going to be an easy task necessarily. Hard trip to ASA Miami. Don't know what you're going to get down there necessarily. You've still got to go to Trinity. Kilgore, excuse me. Trinity was a few years ago. Kilgore, and they're a nationally ranked team. So winning out is not a given, but you guys are a good team. You can probably do that. But now you've got to leave it in the hands of some other teams losing and getting the benefit of some votes.
Yeah, yep. And it's, you know, that's the worst part is coming into the day we held our own destiny in our own hands, and now it's gonna take some things, because, you know, even though, like you said, we've got some tough games on the schedule with ASA Miami, Kilgore, and Lackawanna, right? Those last two are both ranked.
Right.
We can still beat some ranked teams, but I know that there's a lot of people around the country that don't think we're as good as we are, and so now we kind of let them see what's going on, and hopefully we can go out and, you know, first things first, we got to be able to beat ASA Miami. We got to get right back to work on Monday. We got a super short week with the travel, and we got to go out there and make sure we can win the next one.
All right, Coach, I know you need to get down with the team. Thanks for making the trip
Absolutely.
up here.
Thanks, Gary.
Talking to us on the post game. So a tough loss for the Badgers. One of the things I was going to ask him and decided it wasn't the time, I'm really curious what the running back situation is, because we saw Targi Lamson did not play it down in the second half. Yeah. Seth Kalin got the call in the second half, but he wasn't really as effective as normal. And then we went to Carson Mnookin, and he actually had some good yardage. Do we have some stats on that, Carson?
Here, let me give my headset to
no,
Brad.
That's okay. I'm just quickly looking here. 3 for 35 for Carson Mnookin. Targi Lamson 9 for 27, all in the first half. The Badgers just really struggled with the ground game, and they had to rely on the passing game, and they ended up throwing 2 interceptions, and the last one was
it was a backbreaker.
Yeah,
when you're driving, and like Coach Erickson said, maybe could have just ran the ball and kicked the field goal, get to overtime, but I don't blame him for taking a chance. You were moving the ball down the field, but frustrating way to lose.
All right. Well, thanks, Greg, for joining us. Thanks for all of our sponsors who made this broadcast possible. We'll be on the road next week at ASA Miami. Not sure of what the conditions will be there, if it'll be radio only or if we might be able to get some video on that. But congratulations to Cole Hogan, our Little Caesars player of the game. He'll get a $5 large pepperoni or cheese pizza. And congratulations to Tommy McGrath, our St. Pete Steel man of the game. For Brad James and Greg Sterner, I'm Gary Chedester. Thanks for everyone for joining us. Have a pleasant weekend, everyone.
Leader in South Central Utah. This sports broadcast has been brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. Join us again for Snow College Badger Sports on KMCI.